Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 9 of the Desert Island Flicks. I've got a fan on because it's really hot. Have you got a fan on at your end?
No, I haven't, but I might have to turn it on in a little bit.
It's still bloody hot, isn't it? So, for this session, we have Mark from the book thing. He's here to tell us about his favourite films or released films that he can watch over and over and over again if he's stuck on a desert island. So, don't ask us how it's going to work because there's a cinema on the island and there's endless supply of electricity, so we can watch it whenever he wants. It's fine. We're not gonna worry too much about the facts. Yeah, facts don't matter. It's 2026. Facts don't matter.
Absolutely. Yeah. These are alternative facts. These are alternative facts.
These are alternative facts. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm really pleased to have Mark on here. So actually, what we'll do first, because I don't know, Mark's a very successful channel, so I'm sure you know him. But Mark, can you tell us about your channel? Can you tell us what you do on your channel?
I can. I mean, like, it's the title kind of says it all. It's things about books mostly. It's just about my own books and reading, really. It started off with me doing a reread of Terry Pratchett's Discworld. That was my jumping off point for starting the channel. And since doing that, I started to incorporate all of the other booktubey things like the tags and the monthly wrap-ups and all of that sort of stuff. And it's kind of gone from there, and it's just a booktube channel. I'm quite difficult to pigeonhole with what I read on it, purely because I get bored too easily, and I've got a really short attention span, and what I end up doing is just flitting from one thing to another. So I'm sure I would be successful if I just concentrate on sci-fi or fantasy or something like that, but I don't have the attention span for that.
No, I think that's quite a hard thing to do, really, because I think the ones that even have those kind of channels wish probably sometimes they can talk about something else as well. I don't know.
They probably do.
So is Terry Pratchett still one of your favourite authors?
Oh, very much so. Yeah, it's it was a very sad loss when he died I say a couple of years ago. It's about 10 years ago now. But yeah, I love his style. Humors and wordplay and things are really important in any of the things I like to read, and I think he was just a master at it. Yeah,
absolutely. No, same for me. So I read a lot of science fiction. I like humorous science fiction a lot. But I have read about 7 Discworld books, and I think they're great. So yeah, totally relate. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, so we are going to talk about these 10 films that Mark's picked, but I also like to start, because this is a chat about films, and it's kind of I think it's also a celebration of cinema, because I think it's the best way to see a film. Personally, some people hate it. Some people go, I don't want to be mixed up with someone else, or don't want to hear someone, I don't know, farting or something. I don't know. But some people don't like being in the cinema, but I love it. So I always ask you guys, what is the last time you went to the cinema? What film was it?
The last film I went to see in the cinema was Project Hail Mary, and I got to say, I absolutely loved it. I mean, I loved the book. I read the book last year and really liked it. And then I dragged my family along to see the film, and I made sure that they all went in blind. So if they hadn't read the books, and I just told them absolutely nothing about it. And and now my youngest is a massive fan of it. My missus liked it, but my youngest is now a massive Project Hail Mary fan.
That's awesome. Because if you don't know, then it's really nice when Rocky appears, isn't it? And it's just like,
oh yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
I think they did it so well in the film. They just made a bundle of rocks so expressive.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it's funny watching it, having read the book, but you do get all these different surprises in it, don't you? That just worked really well in the film. And I was so pleased they did the ending like they did it. You know, like they did the book ending. I didn't expect it. I kind
of thought they dodged that as well. I thought they might have decided to go for something a little bit more. He goes back to, I don't want to spoil the ending for people who haven't read it and stuff, but I thought they might have had a bit of a cop-out ending on that, and they didn't, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, because it's not a normal ending, is it? I mean, it's
not really, no.
Yeah. So that's cool. No, I love that. I really loved the film. I was so relieved, but also just so pleased that it was so good, because I wanted it to be good, and it was so good.
I think they did it justice.
Yeah. So controversially, the last one I saw was Supergirl. I went yesterday.
How was it?
I really liked it.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, it's not made much money, and everyone's slagging it off, and actually slagging off Millie Alcock and saying she's ugly.
They really are. I don't know what that's all about, but they've really sort of laid into them. But I mean, like, people, the internet love to be warriors about things, and to, they have their notion of what casting should be, and then they will just rip into people who aren't. I mean, like that's happening an awful lot with the Christopher Nolan Troy thing.
Honestly. Yeah. No, you're right. And it's horrible because that's obviously very personal and nasty. But I really don't get what people wanted from Supergirl, because it's really fun and it's got a sensible plot that makes sense. There's about 3 different strands in the plot, and the action scenes are amazing. I don't get it. It was really good. So
I will get the chance to check it out. I don't know if I'll get to the cinema. I don't get to the cinema as often as I like to, but I will check it out at some point. And actually, to be honest, I haven't watched the James Gunn Superman film yet, which that's a blind spot for me at the moment as well.
Yeah, that was really good. Really good. Really, really good. Cool. Okay. We'll go to the chat, and then we'll get your first film. So the first comment, which was before the show started, was from Liva Paradiso, and it's an obligatory mention of Bring It On. So what do you think of Bring It On?
I have to confess that I think I saw it when it was first released on home entertainment, which was probably video when it came out, and I can't confess to remembering very much about it. I'm not disliking it, but I don't remember much beyond that.
I'm not 100% sure if it's a running gag or if he absolutely loves the film. I'm not really sure, but that's cool. Yeah, I mean, we all love Kirsten Dunst, so I'm sure she's brilliant in it. Yeah, she's really good. She's quite underrated, I think.
I agree.
She was brilliant in what was that, Civil War that she did recently. That was so good. And
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, she was all over it. Like nearly every scene she was in it, and it was so powerful. It was really brilliant. Alex Garland.
Oh, the new Alex Garland one. Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
My finger is not on the pulse with cinema in the way that it kind of used to be.
Life takes over, right?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. Don't talk to me about life. Constance is here. Hi, Constance.
Hello, Constance.
Chris is here from the Busted Shelf. The Busted Shelf is a new channel, so everyone should subscribe to Chris's channel. I'm trying to do a bit of publicity. Chris, I've got a video coming out soon, which is mostly about you. So look out for that. But hopefully you're going to get a bit of traffic from all these mentions, hopefully. Elaine's here.
As we speak.
Yeah, it's a really good channel. He's just done a few videos so far, but he's a really good storyteller as well. No clue last time I went to cinema. Been over 10 years. Wow. I love the cinema. It's because it's a girl. Is that a Bring It On reference?
I suspect, I suspect it might be a Supergirl reference as to why the
yeah. So
arms. And I tend to agree. I mean, yeah.
Well, that's the weird thing, isn't it? Because Supergirl's been around for a while, so the idea that there's a surprise that there's a female lead in it is a little bit odd, isn't it? So I don't understand.
Yeah. People get very weird about this stuff,
and it's such a cool translation of it. Like it's a little bit cynical. It's a little bit. She's very different from Superman, so you really don't give a shit. And there's a real nice vibe to it. It's just different, whereas usually anything related to Krypton or superheroes like that, so whatever Marvel equivalent would be, like, I don't know, Captain Marvel maybe, or Iron Man or whatever, it's like quite kind of predictable, and quite the style is the same usually, but the style is quite different, I think.
Okay, yeah, interesting to look into that. I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah. Elaine's listening and doing my notes on Jurassic Park. Finished the read first time. I still haven't read that. I need to read that.
It's a good book. It's a lot darker than the film. I mean, like Spielberg lightened the tone of it quite a bit when he made it. And,
yeah.
So there are people who survive in the film that don't survive in the book.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I know that Brody's marriage isn't particularly successful one, I think, from what I remember hearing about. But I don't know. But yeah, I haven't read it. But I love the film. But yeah,
Sounds great.
Elaine's watching it tonight. Cool. Ali's got
Ali, how's it
XTC in his
going?
head. That's really super, super good. So, well, you know, what a great song. What a great band. They are my favourite band, Mark. So Ali mentioned XTC in one of his videos. And I was very pleased. I was like, yes, come on. Come on. The vitriol and hyperbole even. The vitriol and hyperbole about Supergirl is more revealing about the online trolls than the film. Well, it is, but it does. Yeah. It seems to have driven people away from the cinema, though, which is a shame. You know, that's the worst thing. Alex says hi, Mark and Gareth.
Ali.
Ali. Goatman's here. Hi, man. You don't remember bringing on.
Look, I've killed so many of my brain cells with alcohol over the years that, you know, it's lucky I can remember ever actually watching it.
Yeah, Cherry Moon was behind me a minute ago. Ralph's in front of me. And yeah, you might see an occasional kitten. She's an absolute lunatic. But I think she will appear on camera sometimes in some of these videos. But who knows what she'll be doing. She'll be like, she might have a curting.
She's literally on cue.
She might be dragging one of the curtains around with her or something. She's just destroying everything. But, you know, what can you do? Yeah, absolutely, man. I watch movies, but at home. Yeah. Well, yeah, watch movies. Absolutely, don't stop watching movies. I like Supergirl movie more than later Super. Oh, there we go. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It's different attitude. It's the Superman is. I think it's really well written, but it's what you'd expect from a Superman film. Do you know what I mean? It's quite, you know, it's that sort of traditional.
I'm going to show my age now and just say that I'm kind of disappointed by every Superman that isn't Christopher Reeve.
The new Superman's a bit of a low-key Superman, though he's not. He's like an ordinary guy in his looks and stuff and his style, which I kind of like. But yeah, awesome books. That's Jurassic Park. Agreed. The book versus the movie. The Mist movie and short story. Yeah. Well, yeah. I love the fact. Do you know about this? Do you know about The Mist?
I love the film and I love the short story as well. I think they're both spectacular. And the ending of the film is like a real punch in the face.
It's unbelievable. I watched it not that long ago, about a year ago. I couldn't believe it. I was just, what? Films don't do this? This is horrific.
When it came out, and I was just like walked out of the cinema like this.
It's just shell-shocked you for weeks. Apparently, Stephen King likes the ending of the film more than his own ending, which I think is great. You know,
that's cool.
Shows a bit of humility, cool. You know. Yeah. Elaine says, "Don't block the star." Oh, she's real chilled now. You all right? She's been there a while, I think. Brilliant. Okay, cool. Let's get on with the film. So, what is your first one you're going to mention?
Right. So, as you said, this is very much about 10 films that you want to watch endlessly, with the exception of one on my list, and it is the very first one, and that's Gone with the Wind. And the reason it's on the list is because I think being stranded on a desert island is the only time that I will actually sit down and watch the full 4 hours of Gone with the Wind. I should watch it because it's like the biggest film ever, and you know, it's a seminal work, and it's huge and so influential. And when I say it's the biggest film, I mean, like, you know, you look at Avatar or Titanic or Avengers or anything like that. If you actually adjust for how many people went to see it, and actually just for inflation and how much cinema tickets costs, Gone with the Wind was the film that broke all records and has been seen by more people in the cinema, and it's not even close. And yet I just haven't been able to muster up the enthusiasm to 4 hours of it.
Yeah, I've only seen scenes, the odd scene now and again, because it gets shown on our TV a fair amount, doesn't it? Like, over here, it does get shown. Like, I don't know, every couple of years you'll see it appear.
Oh, it does.
Christmas and stuff. Yeah,
absolutely. And so almost watch it.
Yeah. Well, That's it. That is cool. I love the fact you've picked one just so you can watch it. That's brilliant.
Well, I mean, like I think it's the point where you've run out of excuses when it's like one of 10 films on rotation on a desert island cinema, and you're the only one there. I think you've kind of run out of excuses, and it's like, okay, fine, I'll watch it now.
Do you like that kind of thing, like kind of historical American kind of?
I do
drama.
love the old. I do have a real soft spot for sort of old Hollywood epics, of that sort of era. I do have a very big soft spot for the big epics. I know it's a bit later, but things like the Antony and Cleopatra. The things like Ben-Hur and all those huge, big spectacle Hollywood films. I do have a big soft spot for them, and Gone with the Wind is just the one I've never gotten near.
Yeah, we just had a Western themed month on BookTube, didn't we? And I was gonna watch How the West Was Won because that was on recently, and I nearly videoed it. Watch that, and I've watched a lot of it in the past. But I thought, well, why don't I watch that? But then I thought I haven't got the time, so I didn't do it. But it's a good 3.5 hours long or something.
Yeah, the one that's like that is Once Upon a Time in the West, the Sergio Leone one. That's a long ass one as well.
Long. But that is a wonderful film. I love that film. But
it is. Now I have actually sat down and watched that one, but it's long, and you are watching. Within the first sort of 10 minutes, and there's a guy like blowing a fly off his face for the first 5 minutes. You're thinking you probably could have edited a little bit, maybe.
No, I think that's one of the best openings of any film.
Actually, it is
incredible.
Brilliant.
There's no music at all in all that bit, and there's like it's a good, like,
it's
long
so atmospheric.
Brilliant. Okay, well, let's see what the people watching think of what you just said. It's 4 hours longer than Apocalypse Now Redux.
Yeah. It is. It is about 4 hours long. It was back in the days when they used to do intermissions and people would go and stretch their legs and have a cup of tea in the middle of a film.
I don't remember what it was, but I went to a cinema once where that happened. I'd love to know what it was. But yeah, there was an intermission where we had to go out and come back again. That was just really weird. Doesn't happen much now, does it? We just sit there and watch a 3-hour film. Ali says, yeah, I should probably watch Gone with the Wind too, but frankly, I don't give a damn.
It's bound to come at some stage. You beat everyone to it, Ali. Well done.
That was beautiful. And then Goatman says, Gone with the Wind, the grand mummy of daytime soap operas. Forced myself to watch it years ago. Never again. Yeah, it's
flop then.
Yeah. I was going to describe it as a melodrama, but it is like a soap opera, isn't it? She needs to email Olive and find out how to train Dave. Well, I mean, Dave is constantly giving Olive treats, and I don't do that with her. Although she's very chill.
She looks satisfied enough.
Yeah. Which is, it's nice that she's still. It means nothing's being destroyed at the moment. Elaine says she saw Gone with the Wind once years ago. Did you like it? What did you think?
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know.
Considering how huge it was, it doesn't seem to really make a dent with modern audiences at all, does it? Yeah,
it seems quite dated in that sense. Like, people loved it then, but would people like it now? Would it have that resonance? I don't know, because I don't know, and I haven't seen enough of it to know if it's like. I know it's obviously it's got this sort of very positive tone to the KKK a bit, hasn't it? I know that.
Yeah, and the southern states during the Civil War in general, I think. Yeah, and there's a whole sort of plantation ownery. There's a whole romance to that, which I think it probably doesn't really gel with a modern audience.
Certainly wouldn't make it incredibly popular. But I wonder if it's just that, or if it's like the style of it and like the dialogue and the delivery maybe might date it as well. Maybe, I don't know. I love it when you see a really, really old film, but the tone of it seems quite modern.
Yeah, same here.
That can happen sometimes, can't it? So we got off to a good start with Gone with the Wind. I do like the film. There you go, Libra Perry.
Oh, there we go.
That's cool. Constance says, every time you mention the mist, I think I'll try it again. Yeah, try it again. But don't it'll kill your mood straight away. It was first on TV in the US, and something about Marsha Gay Harden's character put me off so badly. I stopped watching it. So you don't know what the hell we're talking about with the ending.
Which one was Marsha Gay Harden? Was that Mrs. Carmody?
She is Laurie in Walking Dead, isn't she?
Oh, right. So, yeah.
I know there was a few Walking Dead actors in it because it's Frank Darabont.
There was, because it was Frank Darabont, because Frank Darabont did the first season of The Walking Dead.
Yeah. But yeah, that's interesting. So her character put well, fair enough. Seemed okay at the time, but I prefer horror to history. Well, there might have been a bit of horror in that. I'm not sure. Gone with the Wind has great acting, production values. It's how the lady switched from black slaves to prisoner of war slaves was brutal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Just found Scarlet at the thrift shop on my TBR. Oh. Cool. Right, so that's the first one. Let's have the second.
The second one is The Maltese Falcon, starring Humphrey Bogart, the adaptation of the Dashiell Hammett, Sam Spade novel. And that the whole Humphrey Bogart noir detective genre, there's a lot of really great ones. I think there's obviously The Big Sleep. There's one called I think The Enforcer, I think it's called. They're all just excellent, and arguably The Big Sleep is probably the better film, but I kind of love The Maltese Falcon. It's much more stagey. It's a large parts of it just take place in one room with the characters discussing stuff with each other, but they're all just acting their asses off. Sidney Greenstreet, Peter Lorre, they're all just so good in it, and it is just so much fun, and I never ever get tired of watching it. I think one of the criteria that I kind of came up with for this list, and the way I kind of decided on it, with the exception of Gone with the Wind, is I picked films that if I'm about to go to bed and I'm flicking past the channels, if that film is on, regardless of what point it's at, I will sit and watch it to the end. That's my criteria for this.
Yeah.
And Maltese Falcon is just one of those. Even though I have it on Blu-ray, even though I can watch it whenever I like, if I'm flicking past it, I will sit and watch it to the end every single time.
That's a really good criteria, and it's those films like that. It's awesome when you do fall on it and go, "Oh wow, brilliant! I've got an hour. I'll watch the end of this." Brilliant. Yeah, and there's such I don't know. There's something brilliant about the style and like you say, the characters and the way they're acted. It's just the dialogue is just phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's something a bit sort of wholesome about it as well. I mean, like, you start to look at things like The Big Sleep, and it's all sort of about, the illegal underground pornography trade and blackmailing and this, that, and the other. And literally, the Maltese Falcon is about finding a treasure. It's like a MacGuffin. It is like this bird that is this magical jewel bird from the Crusades, and I mean, it's just, there's something about that. It makes it almost Indiana Jones-ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm a big Peter Lorre fan as well.
Same here.
Yeah.
I think he's very underrated.
Yeah, very. I don't know. There's something cool about the oddness about him, But again, he always really committed as well, didn't he? Brilliant.
Yeah.
So Libra Paradise, I said another good film. Doing
excellent.
Well. So Elaine was meaning the body count with war scenes different to horror deaths. Okay, that was.
No, I get that.
Yeah. And then Ali says the Maltese Falcon is a tough banger that kicked off my love of noir, classic film in general. Yeah, I think probably it's a lot of people's way in, isn't it?
It's a very easy. It was one of the ones that sort of kicked me off. I think when you're sort of younger, you get a bit sort of. a bit looking down on, you know, older films in black and white and stuff like that. And all it takes is sort of just one to sit and watch and think, oh, actually, no, this is pretty damn good, actually. And it just takes that one to sort of open the door. And yeah, for me, Maltese Falcon was probably the one that did that. All right.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned black and white films. I did a video a couple of years ago, which was my top 10 black and white films. And it was just to say, there's some really good black and white films out there.
Stunning black and white films. So there's some absolutely phenomenal ones. I mean, and not just older ones. I mean, like black and white was a device that was used, is still used to this day for some films. And it's, as a stylistic choice, there's some great black and white films.
Yeah, yeah. No, I did include a couple of modern ones. I can't remember what they were. Might have included The Artist, which is really good. You know, the French mimed one, The Artist. Remember that?
Oh yeah. That was good, and that was the sort of an attempt at a silent film, and that was a silent film as well, which was really really clever. I enjoyed that. As the more modern black and white one that I really like, I you know, it's not on my list, but I absolutely love Dr. Strangelove.
Yeah. No, I definitely include that. That's one of my all-time favorites. I love that.
Oh, same here. I love that film.
I went to see the theatre. There's so many in there. I went to see it in theatre. It was being shown at the theatre live, and it was in the cinema showing the theatre production, and it was Steve Coogan.
My brother went to see the production with Steve Coogan, and he said it was absolutely phenomenal.
It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it's really good to see it. So yeah, no, I love that. And I'm pretty sure it was all black and white. So I don't know how they did that, but it was all black and white.
Oh, I don't know about that. He didn't mention that side of it, but he did say that he went to see this. I think it was touring in Dublin, and he went to see it there, and he really, really enjoyed it.
I'm starting to doubt myself now, but I think so. But yeah, it's fantastic. Libra Paradiso says Maltese Falcon, The Big Sleep, and related noir films had a huge influence on Frank Miller. Yeah.
Very much so.
Writing Daredevil. Yeah. Well, he created his own noir superhero thing with Sin City, didn't he? Which was definitely a tribute. And I love the techniques he did for that. And Robert Rodriguez directed those really well.
He actually directed them with Frank Miller as well.
Miller. Yeah.
I thought the first one that they did was really, really good, and I thought the second one just didn't work, and I don't know why, because it was more of the same, and it should have worked, but it just didn't.
I think it didn't have as much. What's the word? There's a thing about the first one that just kept surprising you, or kept making you go, "Oh, that was good." That bit was, you know, there wasn't as much of that. I don't think in the second one, you know. So yeah, I agree with you on that one. Elaine's making a very poignant comment about what humans do to each other is horrendous. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Greg. Hi, Greg. I remember Gandhi had an intermission. And Reds. I love the film Reds. That's a long film, and it's a long and slow film about something that doesn't need to be that long. Have you seen Reds?
I've seen it. It's
written and directed by Warren Beatty. And he stars the main character. He's the main character, and then the guy, the actress who plays his wife, is Diane Keaton, and it's about two American socialists who went over to the Russia during the Russian Revolution, and they were, I think they were journalists, I think. But it's really cool, really good story, especially if you're a lefty like me. Those are the only two I can think of that had intermissions. And it was on the own ground.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when I got it out on video, because there's just that sudden stop, and then it has that sort of circus
organ music.
Or whatever. Yeah, organ music. And I was sad that, and it was just like stops, doesn't it? And I was like, what's going on? What's happening? And I was watching, afraid to think, oh no, this is the joke. I should just stop it. It's over. It's really funny. Brilliant. I love it. That's my favourite Python.
I love that film so much.
French New Wave directors like Godot, Rene, and Antonino, enchanted with black and white cinematography. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
French Wave is one of the main things in film studies in my college. If you study film studies, you always do French New Wave. Good stuff. Miller's memoir comes out next. Oh, wow.
Oh, interesting.
That's cool. Reds is great. Yeah. Reed, yeah, that's right. John Reed was his name. Yeah, John Reed. Yeah, that was who Warren Beatty played.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, brilliant. So we've got Gone with the Wind and The Maltese Falcon. Let's have your third one.
My third one is well. First of all, I'm going to explain my thinking a little bit. One of the things I tried to do was I tried to broadly take one from each decade from about the 30s onwards. So I was trying to do a bit of a cross section. I kind of stalled when I hit the 90s because my Arrested Development kind of ceased there a little bit. So, but up until that, I'm kind of broadly hitting each decade. And the next one I went with was The Magnificent Seven, which I think is an absolute masterpiece. I love that film. I think Westerns, people sort of look at Westerns nowadays and they kind of assume that they don't like them without having watched any of them in a lot of cases. I think for a lot of Westerns was a thing that was on the television in the afternoon in their youth, and they would change channel rather than actually watch any of it. But some of them, there's things that don't date well in them. I mean, you can't get away from that fact. But stuff like The Searchers, stuff like True Grit and High Noon, and all of those they're just absolutely fantastic films. But my favorite of all of them is, and again, this is because it was probably my gateway into them, was The Magnificent Seven. And I just love the fact that it's pulled the idea of the Seven Samurai and just turned it into a Western.
Yeah. Now, I recently did a live stream with Jeff from Jeff's Cool Cave of Books, and it was about our top 10 Westerns. And number one by a mile was Magnificent Seven. I love it so much.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. And to reinforce what you're saying, when I was really ill 5 years ago, never forget it, I was in hospital and blah, blah, blah. Came out of hospital, couldn't really move very well, couldn't talk, blah, 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 blah. And my wife and daughter said, "What do you want to do? Do anything. What do you want to do?" And I couldn't move much. But I said, "I want to watch The Magnificent Seven." And so we watched The Magnificent Seven, and I hadn't smiled for ages. There's something about it.
It's just a comfort blanket of a film, isn't it? And it's just the combination of all of the characters in it, and all of them have, some of them have less to do than others, but even so, there's just such a dynamic between all of them. And I think Eli Wallach as the villain in it is just spectacular. I mean, he's great in everything that he's in, but he's so good in The Magnificent Seven because he has a sort of almost cheery, almost avuncular thing to him until he doesn't.
Yeah, and it looks like, I know there were some issues while they were making it, but it does look like everyone's having a good time as well, and there's like some sort of, I don't know, a lightness to it, which I think is just really cool as well. And it doesn't really date either. Like you said, some Westerns do, but I don't think it does. And it doesn't seem that slow either, which is kind of mad.
No, it goes along at a fair clip and a fair pace, and I think the dialogue is snappy. I think it's fun. I think you really get to know the characters and enjoy them, and some of the things that's just the way that you learn about. So I mean, that bit with James Coburn at the start, where where there's a guy who's saying that he insists on having a gunfight versus a knife fight, and it's just spectacularly done.
That's my favorite scene in it. I absolutely love that. I was a big James Coburn fan as well. So yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing. Right, so we've got. Oh, and also, right, this is true for. This is the first one on your list with incredible music, right? We have to talk about the music. I mean,
music is stunning. It's such a great. Now you might actually know the answer to this because there's two films that use the exact same score. There's The Magnificent Seven and a Gregory Peck film called Big Country as well, and they use the exact same score, and I can never remember which one used it first.
Really?
Yeah.
The Big Country theme is very famous as a separate theme. They're two different composers.
They use the same score as The Magnificent Seven.
Yeah. Well, the Magnificent Seven is Elmer Bernstein. I've forgotten who officially wrote that. Maybe the Big Country one ripped it off. I think it's after. I think it's a couple of years after. Magnificent Seven was 1960. Big Country might have been like 62. So I'm not 100%. But I thought they were different. I'm pretty sure they were different.
This could be something I'm misremembering from my youth entirely, and I could be making this up. But I remember watching Big Country afterwards and seeing and listening and hearing it and thinking that's the score from Magnificent Seven. Now I was early teens at the time, so I could be wrong.
I think it's because they sound similar. But I'll tell you what, both of them sound. One of the things that's really clever about them is both of them sound like massive, wide open spaces.
They do.
Do you know what I mean? And that's really clever to do that with an orchestral piece of music, to actually make the sound of the orchestra sound like space is kind of mad.
Yeah, but it's not. You get the big open space, but it's also kind of, you've also got the sort of almost the trotting, the sound of the horses driving through it as well, and it's
I can sing both of them, and they are similar, but or at least one of them, the Big Country one, the big theme, sounds like it could be a bit of incidental music in.
Okay, I might be totally misremembering that, but I vaguely remember it as a time. I don't know. Like, I could be totally wrong on that one then.
But yeah, it's an interesting discussion point because they are such iconic scores, aren't they? And then you get because it's one of the clever things of Morricone as well, because he ended up creating a very different way of doing film score for a Western when he did the Leone films, and it was just so different. It was like, okay, I'm not going to make it sound like that. I'm not going to make it sound like, well, it's kind of darker and like some, I don't know, smaller sound in a way, even though it's a big orchestra. Kind of very interesting.
I think the stuff that Morricone does is he's very, very clever. I mean, he can be quite austere in the way that he does some of his soundtracks. And actually, there's another film coming up on this with the Morricone soundtrack as well, which is entirely different. And it's just, again, brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic. Right. So, Eva Paradiso says another beauty. Absolutely.
I'm getting lots of approval so far, so that's good.
Good choices. Many TV shows which take place in the present are actually westerns in tone. Yeah.
The future.
Yeah. There's loads of science fiction western crossover, but yeah, no, you're right. I haven't seen it, but I'm assuming Peaky Blinders would be a bit like that. Is that right?
I haven't seen it either. It's supposed to be very good, but I'm just looking at it's how many seasons of it there is, and I'm thinking, ooh, am I going to live long enough to watch all that?
That's a commitment. I don't know why I thought of that one, but I did. I just watched. Hi, Heidi. I just watched Red Sun and loved it so much. I'm watching it again with my hubby tonight. Charles Bronson, who's his charm in this one, much more than Clint. Charles Bronson is brilliant in The Magnificent Seven.
He is.
And he's playing a character that becomes like connected to those kids, doesn't he? Which is really cool.
Yeah, playing the whistle for the kids, and he's one of the hardest ones at the start, and he's the one who the kids all seem to just gravitate towards. It's kind of lovely.
And all that stuff in the film hits you when when the big battle happens at the end, and you have to say goodbye to some of them.
Yeah, quite a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it too much.
No.
I mean, it was only a little while ago it came out, 1960, so we can't spoil it too much.
Yeah, but they did a remake.
Yeah, they did, which I thought was okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's not like amazing, but I think they did a fair job. It's hard to do a remake of a masterpiece, isn't it?
Yeah, I think remakes. The weird thing about them is the best remakes are when they remake films that aren't that good to begin with. Because your starting point is something that is flawed, and let's see if we can do something brilliant with this. And again, that's the other one that's on this list here. Yeah. And I think that is so much cleverer than trying to take something that is already beloved. Because who are you going to please with that?
Yeah, I know. When they announced it, I was like, "What? Why are you doing that?" But I watched it, and it had some cool elements to it. But yeah, you do think that's a bit weird to do that in the first place. Is your film, because I haven't seen your list for a while. Your list, the film that is a remake of something. Is that the one with the Morricone soundtrack?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I know which one you mean.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, we can talk about that for an hour.
I would.
I mean, I've heard, because this is a personal thing that doesn't seem to be very common thought, but I absolutely love Logan's Run. I really love it. I really love Logan's Run.
Great film.
Yeah, well, they said they were going to remake that, and
did they?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things I like about Logan's Run is how intensely weird some of the bits are. I mean, there's that robot that they come and encounter with who just decides that seems to be really friendly and then just decides to kill him. And it's such a weird scene. It's like, it's part of what gives it its charm, you know. You're making it in a modern audience now. The first thing you do is you take that scene out of it because it makes no sense for it to be in there at all.
No.
It's those sorts of odd, charming scenes like that that make Logan's Run as good as it is.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's like this, because some of it feels quite psychedelic as well, doesn't it? And there's this real 70s hippie kind of feel to it. And I love that. They wouldn't do that now. They take all that out, you know.
They sand all the edges off it, which just, and if you sand the edges off of Logan's Run, you get kind of just a bit of an okay science fiction premise and not much else. What's good about Logan's Run is how nuts it is. So we're in agreement with that. Don't remake Logan's Run. Absolutely.
But it probably will. They're remaking all sorts, aren't they? That's cool. Thanks for that, Heidi. When I saw the Lanterns trailer, for example, it felt like a Western. Yeah, I can imagine. I haven't seen that trailer yet.
That looks good. I'm actually quite looking forward to that series. I quite like that. I quite like the Green Lantern comics, so I think that's going to be a really interesting series. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I need to watch that. The music is similar. Both sound like Copeland. There you go. So it's similar. It's not Dimitri Chomkin who did Big Country, is it? I kept thinking it was that, but it might be a name that's similar. But I don't think it's him. But it's definitely Elmer Bernstein that did Magnificent Seven, though.
Oh yeah, no, Bernstein definitely did Magnificent Seven.
He did a really cool score for Ghostbusters as well.
Did he?
Yeah. So like,
the music for Ghostbusters.
What's that? That's kind of the thing.
I didn't realize that was Elmer Bernstein. I love this. I love the music in the Ghostbusters. Obviously, there's the Ray Parker Jr. song, but there's the incidental music in Ghostbusters is brilliant. The scores.
I
didn't know it was Elmer Bernstein.
It's really good. Yeah. I remember I had the soundtrack as a kid on cassette. I just played it to death, you know, and I played every track. Sometimes you just play certain tracks, but I played every track. Big Country is my favourite Western. There you go. That was on TV recently. I nearly recorded that for June and Arranged, but I went through other stuff.
I haven't seen it since I was a teenager, so it's a very long time.
Yeah. It's one of those sweeping films, isn't it, about everything. About America. No composers made me cry more than Morricone. Well, yeah. It's heartwarming stuff and heartbreaking stuff in some ways as well. Yeah, Heidi, do that. That's cool.
I need to rewatch it as well.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Great cast. Carol Baker afterwards made Something Wild, a shocking film for the... Not sure what that means. And an absolutely brilliant performance. Shocking film. For the time. Probably for the time.
Probably, yeah.
Shocking film for the time. I haven't seen that version of Something Wild, but I absolutely love the... oh God, what's his name? There's a. All the names are coming out of my head now. There's a recent 80s film called Something Wild, and it was so good. Jonathan Demme.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Melanie Griffiths was this sort of character that completely kind of. What's the guy's name? What's half of Dumb and Dumber? It's not
Jeff Bridges. No, Jeff. Not Jeff Bridges. Daniels.
Jeff Daniels. Jeff Daniels is a straight guy who ends up having a conversation with Melanie Griffiths, who's a nutter in it, in a cafe, and then he ends up getting involved with her, just because he's like this sort of straight businessman, but he's kind of like seduced by her kind of weirdness, and then he ends up, and then her boyfriend is just let out of prison, and it all gets a bit really hectic and violent, and it's just brilliant, and it's again quite unpredictable, and it's so good. I haven't seen it for years, but I remember it really well. So I haven't seen that somewhere. Yeah. When it comes up, you get a chance to see it. It's very 80s, and it's very. It's I don't know. So I don't even think that would be done now. I don't know if that film would be made now, because I don't know. Maybe Melanie Griffith's character would be like an emo now or something. I don't know. But she's a bit like fruity, I suppose. A little bit, maybe not quite punky, but a little bit fruity, you know. But it's so good. So I've seen That Something Wild, but not the Carol Baker one.
I haven't seen either of them, so I can't comment, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's really good. I love it. For the time, yeah. All right. Jenny Agutter. Yes.
Yeah.
I was watching an interview with her recently, actually. It just came up on my feed. I'll watch that. So it's very cool. Like a modern interview about her talking about her early career.
Oh, Railway Children, Walkabout and stuff like that.
Yeah, and she did touch on Logan's Run and American Werewolf.
It's a stunning film. Walkabout's an odd film. Have you seen that?
Yeah, and it is strange. I think it's deliberately strange.
Oh, yeah.
But, Nicholas Roeg is a strange director.
He is, yes.
Yeah.
So it's a hell of a film. Made an impression.
Yeah. You don't forget it, do you, Nari? Elaine says, good thing no Farscape remake. Oh, God. Would be just nope. I love Farscape, Mark. I love it very,
Jim
very much.
Space opera. I never really watched it, to be honest with you. It was one of those things that I kind of, I don't know. There was a period of time, I think probably around about the time I was going to university and didn't have, back in the days when we didn't have much internet, and it was too poor to have a TV in my room, where a lot of sort of things that were on kind of passed me by during that period of time.
Yeah, and it was on a funny time. You'd have to want to find it to want to watch it. But it's my all-time favorite show. I love it so much. And literally, if anyone says the word Farscape, a massive grin appears on my face. I just love it so much. And there's something magical about it. And it did things that other shows would later do, like having a show like an episode that was just animation, or this isn't really spoilers, but there's one moment that the main character's killed off, but they do it in a weird sci-fi way, and they like run with it, and they use that to push the plot with the way that some of the characters have to deal with it. So it's so clever and it's so brilliant. And then later on, other shows kind of do that. Yeah, but it's so good.
I'll have to check it out.
And it's very funny. And Rigel, the guy that looks like a bit of a toad, like the one that's very obviously a Muppet. Rigel was one of the best characters ever written. You wouldn't trust him, and you need to trust him in the situation they're in, but you would not trust him to do anything for you. It's brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, enough about Farscape. This isn't about Farscape. Ghostbusters, awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Farscape. Jerome Morass scored. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, okay. So Greg says, yeah. So I personally think they're different enough, so I don't really think they're ripped off, but they've got a very similar style, I think.
Okay. This was I remember it was something that struck me when we watched it as a teenager, but I may have just completely imagined the fact that it was the same score.
That happens to me sometimes. Something you go, hold on a minute, is that true? And you think this was like 20, 30 years ago I watched this thing.
Yeah, you managed to convince yourself of things that happened that just didn't.
Ali says something wild. The Demi one, Jonathan Demi, is great. Yeah, it really is. It's quite a different, unique kind of film. Melanie Griffiths in Demi's, but very different. Yeah, so wild, but very different. Yeah. Jeff Daniels, that's it. It's great in the Western miniseries. Godless. I think Jeff Daniels is kind of underrated. I think he's really good.
I agree.
Yeah, because he always plays. I don't know. He always plays smaller personalities. He doesn't play like big personalities, is he? Even in Dumb and Dumber, he's a more straight one, isn't he?
I think he's a fantastic actor. I think he's generally a pretty good hallmark of something being good if he's in it.
Yeah, Yeah, no, it's very cool. Some people say that I resemble Jeff Daniels. You've got a very similar voice, I think.
I could see that.
Yeah, I think your voice is like him. But I mean, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Jeff Bridges. Your voice is like Jeff Bridges. You resemble Jeff Daniels, really? That's really weird. I can't see that. But it's good to see you, Al. Nice one. But yeah, have you noticed that Al's voice sounds like Jeff Bridges? It does.
I'm gonna have to watch another one.
Watch him again.
Yeah, but with that in mind and think, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Jeff Bridges is my favourite actor, by the way. So.
Excellent choice.
In Sonic Wild, Baker's character. So this is the old one. Baker's character is sexually assaulted, attempts suicide, and is then kidnapped by the man who saved her. Shocking ending. Wow.
Yeah.
Sexually assaulted, attempts suicide, and is then kidnapped by the man who saved her. Wow.
Dark stuff.
Dark stuff. Walkabout's one of his favourite films. When I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, I thought it was a rip-off of Farscape. Yeah. Well,
I'd say it's certainly inspired by.
Well, James Gunn has said that. So James Gunn has said that he was influenced by Farscape, and you could definitely see it. And to be honest, when I was watching Supergirl, the first half an hour, I was going, "Oh, I love this because it's like Farscape."
Okay.
So, you know, and there's lots of Mos Eisley kind of stuff going on in Supergirl. But yeah, I mean, I love the Guardians of the Galaxy films, and they are definitely a lot like Farscape. They've got that sort of craziness to them.
Okay, I've never got to check out Farscape out then. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, Elaine's referencing the fact that I got a happy birthday message, like a cameo thing. You know, the cameo thing you can get when you pay for a celebrity to do something.
Yeah.
You know, and I had one from Gigi Edgley from Farscape. It was amazing.
Excellent.
She said my name. She said it like a number of times, and she said "Happy birthday, Gareth." It was like, this is insane.
Big grin. Excellent. Nice.
Big grin. If I ever met her, I'd be like, hello. Yeah. She's the one that's grey in Farscape. You have to watch Farscape. So many great stories.
Yeah. I will check it out at some stage.
It's completely mad. Not Mike. Mike. Yeah, that's all right.
All right. Whatever.
People call me Gavin a lot as well, which I'm sure Gavin isn't a fan of. He says he gets called Gareth. Kind of a blowhard in real life. With a great actor. Oh, is he? That's interesting.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know anything about him in real life. Without his glasses, Jeff Daniels. Okay. Take your glasses off the next time I see you. Do a special bit in your videos. Heavy metal was great. Love the music. Yeah, that film comes up sometimes on my film channels. And I saw it ages ago, but I would like to see it again.
I need to rewatch that. I saw it a very, very long time ago. It was kind of bonkers.
Yeah.
And I was for bonkers.
Yeah. Jeff Daniels is a guitar player. I saw him do a song on what's her name? There's some pop singer that's got a chat show in America, and he did a live performance on chat.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Was it like Kelly Clarkson or something like that one?
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson. Yeah, the one that I was going to say, "Since You've Been Gone," that one. Yeah, Kelly Clarkson. Yeah, she had him as a guest, and he went, "I want to sing a song." I was like, "Oh, that's interesting," and it was really good. So
I have seen him play the guitar. I've seen clips of him playing guitar before, and I was like, "Oh, actually, no, he can play. He's all right."
This is great. All this love for Farscape is making me a very happy boy. Heavy metal. Yeah, absolutely. Have you guys seen the TV show Hell on Wheels with Anson Mount? It's great if you can find streaming. If you can find it on streaming, a fantastic western about the railroads. Oh, okay. 86. I don't know if we've got it. I don't think we've got it.
I've not heard of that one, I'm afraid.
I mean, I haven't looked for it, but it doesn't ring bells. So we might, might be Amazon.
Maybe.
But yeah, I'll look out for it, Heidi.
Good recommendation. Keep an eye out for that one.
Yeah. Right. So film number 4.
The one I went for number 4 is Spartacus, as I've said, I do like my big old Hollywood style epics, and Spartacus, I think, is of that sort of whole biblical style, old ancient Rome type epic. It is I think it's probably the best one. There's some great ones. I mean, I like Ben-Hur. I like things like Quo Vadis and Fall of the Roman Empire and all of that sort of stuff. But I think you have to go pretty far to top Spartacus. I think it's just. I think the casting in it is fantastic. I mean, like I'll watch anything that has Peter Ustinov in it. It's. And one of the things, and as Ustinov himself said when he was interviewed about it, he said one of the things that we had in our favor is it was one of the only films made around that was about that sort of time that was a big sort of epic that didn't have Jesus in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's no sort of biblical or sort of moral side to it at all. It is just the brutality of that rebellion, and the ending of it is just so powerful as well. I mean, aside from the I'm Spartacus bit of the ending, I'm talking about the ending is just a real it's a powerful film.
Yeah. No, I absolutely love that film so much, and it was a huge part of my childhood as well. Because when I was a kid, because I've said one of my favorite actors now, but when I was a kid, Kirk Douglas was my favorite actor when I was little, and it was films like Spartacus, and I saw it so many times when I was little, and it got shown a lot, didn't it, over here?
Oh yeah.
It's like a Sunday afternoon film when it was like, Spartacus.
Which is bizarre for it. I mean, like when you actually look at the film now, I mean, like it isn't as wholesome as the likes of Ben-Hur or any of those. I mean, like there's some really dark parts to Spartacus, and there was some bits in it as well that are just that are very risque for the time as well.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. You got the Ustinovs. I can't know who else, but they got that sort of I don't know, probably quite controversial sexual stuff in it as well.
Yeah, very much so, and they got away with quite a bit because there's the bit with Laurence Olivier and Richard Curtis.
Tony Curtis.
Tony Curtis, thank you, Richard Curtis. Different era of films altogether. The Tony Curtis and there's some very overtly gay conversation going on, which is just for the time was really quite forward looking, and it was. It's a phenomenal film, and it's again just one of the ones I just don't get tired of watching.
Yeah, so it's also one of the things I like about what I know of Kirk Douglas. I don't know like masses, but I know that he really pushed for that film to be made as well, because he was really passionate about the whole McCarthy stuff, you know, about like the amount of artists that had to go in exile because of the whole thing. And he really wants to make it because of that, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of the few occasions, I think, where, I mean, like, Douglas was very powerful at the time when it came for directors. And I think, wasn't there an original director that got sacked, I think? Before
I think there was, before Kubrick took over. I think there was,
Kubrick was on board with it. I think because he really wanted to do it his way. And Kubrick was notoriously, I'll do it my way with films. But apparently the two of them actually got on quite well, I think, and were able to work it out together because Kirk Douglas and directors was always a bit of the unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
Yeah. It's interesting because obviously a lot of actors just want to act and they don't get involved in that kind of thing. But Douglas was definitely more involved in that kind of thing, wasn't he?
Very much so.
So yeah, Kubrick, absolutely. What's your general feelings about Kubrick overall?
I love Kubrick's films. I mean, as I said, like
you mentioned Doctor Strangelove.
One of my absolute favorite films. Spartacus, phenomenal. I know Stephen King doesn't like The Shining, the film version of it, but I think the film version of it is stunning. It's a different beast to the book, totally. You can't sort of really compare the two of them. But I think Kubrick's Shining is phenomenal. I think 2001 is phenomenal. I love Full Metal Jacket. I know that's
that's a great film.
It does make Vietnam look like South London, but it's still a phenomenal film. So yeah, Kubrick, I'm a big fan of. I kind of feel like it's a bit of a shame that his last film was Eyes Wide Shut, because it was not great.
Well, that was his last completed film, but obviously he did work with Spielberg on AI.
Oh, he did, yeah, of course. He had a lot to do with AI as well.
Which I think is underrated. I do think. I mean, Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut.
It's beautiful. It looks great. Every single shot could be taken out of it and put in a frame and hung up in a gallery. But I think the acting in it is dread. And I think Tom Cruise is underrated as an actor, and I think Nicole Kidman's a great actor as well. But the acting in it is just so monotonous, and the whole. Yeah, there was a whole lot of controversy about the amount of sort of nudity and sexual content is of it. It's actually quite dull. It just goes on. It's just like it's like posing statues, and it's not a good film. But I don't think. Some people think it's a masterpiece because of how beautifully it's shot, and I can't argue with that side of it. But I think the film itself is.
It's only one element of a film, though, isn't it? You know,
it is,
because it sounds like you just described Peter Greenway films.
I can't argue with that. I mean, I can admire them, but I don't really enjoy watching them.
Yeah. I absolutely loved them when I was like 21, 22, and then when I was like, I don't know, 23, 24, I go, stop being so pretentious, Gareth.
Yeah, you do. There's an element to yourself. You do go through a phase in your youth. I'm a cinephile, and I'm going to look at the themes and the overall aesthetic of what the director is trying to achieve. It's like, yeah, well, that's all true, but it's kind of boring.
Yeah, so it sounds like Kubrick might have done that on Eyes Wide Shut then. But yeah, he's done some amazing films, and it's not surprised that he's on here at all.
I think that one of his best things is Dr. Strangelove, and I think what's wonderful about that is he had the foresight to actually look at how ridiculous the scenario was, and because they were adapting a thriller, and he looked at the scenario and said, "This is stupid," and then he got Peter on board and they just made a comedy, and it worked so much better as a comedy.
Oh, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. So you're on a roll, Mark.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, Spartacus is going down well. Got to feed the kids and the wildlife. Have a great one. Cat's on the rewatch, Elaine. Thanks for popping in. Mike's here. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Peter Ustinov fan.
Oh, Peter Ustinov's great.
He's amazing. He's also got a very good, like a very, very good episode of The Muppet Show that you should watch.
I would not be surprised by that in the slightest. His comedy elements are his comedy is just so good. He's one of my favorite things about the Disney version of Robin Hood, his portrayal of Prince John.
Yeah, brilliant. Tony Curtis and Kirk Douglas in a sauna is hot.
Yeah. Oh, that was some risque stuff for the I suppose what, the 60s? Late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah. So I'd actually say Tony Curtis is underrated as well, really.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, because he always played the leading man and everyone knows him. I don't know if anyone's ever praised his acting. I think they just said he's good looking.
What I loved when he was in Some Like It Hot, he was basically doing, when he was not in drag, he was basically doing a Cary Grant impression. And it was brilliant.
Yeah. I don't know if it was his idea or someone said, do Cary Grant.
It was brilliant. So good.
Constance loves Spartacus. That's cool. Now you got everyone going, I love Spartacus. No, I love Spartacus. I love Spartacus. I love Spartacus, and so does my wife. Shocking. I've never seen. Ali, you've never seen Spartacus. What's going on? No, I've never seen Smoke. No, I've never seen that. Okay, yeah, you need to watch that. It's a long one again, isn't it? It's another long film.
It doesn't feel long though, to be fair.
Yeah. I don't think it's over long. I don't think I think each scene it matters. And is it Gene Simmons as the female? Yeah, she's fantastic. I think she's
brilliant.
Got such screen
not
presence.
based from Kiss Gene Simmons, a different Gene Simmons.
yeah. I don't know how good the guitarist of Kiss is in acting. I don't know.
Probably not great.
Is he good at getting his tongue out? Constance says the oyster question. That's the scene, isn't it?
That's the scene with the two of them in the sauna.
Yeah. But Kirk Douglas was saying Kubrick. I'd go with Paths of Glory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good shout. Hiding Medium Johnson.
No, I think actually, I think that's just reminded me. That's the film that Douglas was working on. He got the original director sacked from and brought Kubrick in. And because of his experience with Kubrick on that he brought him in on Spartacus. So thank you. You've managed to correct me on that.
Kubrick, like Pretty Greenaway, Fellini, Renee's. I don't know Rene. This must be Rene. I don't know his stuff. Bergman understood the enchantment of scenes. I like Eyes Wide Shut. Okay, so he likes Eyes Wide Shut. Yeah, I know all those directors really well except Rene. Can you give me an example in the chat what Rene made? And I'm assuming I'm saying his name right, but I might not be. But yeah, I'd love to know what films he's made. I'll look it up later anyway. But yeah, that's interesting. Cook with Fever's Wife and Lover. Top 10 films. Wow. I love the music. I'm a big Michael Nyman fan, so I love the music. But yeah, that's interesting.
That's a long time since I've seen it. Michael Gambon and Helen Mirren, isn't it?
Yeah.
I saw cool. Michael Gambon in theatre in Dublin once. He was doing a Casey play called Juno and the Paycock, and his Dublin accent was absolutely flawless. He was stunning in it. He was so good. I was probably about 12 when my parents brought me to see that, and it was incredible. Yeah,
that is really good. I'd love to see him live. That's so cool. I've seen them. I'm just trying to think of who. I saw Fiona Shaw live at when the National Theatre to see Good Person Sichuan. I saw that, and I saw Mark Rylance do Hamlet.
Oh, really? No, that would have been something.
And that was when I was a student. He was quite young. He wasn't famous, and that was pretty good. He was amazing as Hamlet.
He always had the reputation as an actor's actor. I mean, like he wouldn't go near the cinema for years. I mean, like he just did theatre forever. Yeah,
absolutely. He's known for Last Year in Marienbad. Okay, I haven't seen that. And Hiroshima Mon Amour. Okay, I've heard of that, but again, I
haven't seen either of those. I have heard of Hiroshima Mon Amour, but I haven't seen it.
So that answers my question, because I was a bit like, why? Because I've always. It sounds like you're the same, Mark. When I always attach a film to a director. It's like, if I like a film, I want to know about the director. I want to know what they've done and all that. So, yeah.
I would say that was probably me in my younger years, and it would have been pretty encyclopedic in my knowledge. But now, in my later years, I just don't have my finger on the pulse in the same way I used to.
Life gets in the way, right?
Absolutely.
Right, let's go to number 5.
Up to number 5, right? So I'm staying in the sand, and I'm going to go with Lawrence of Arabia.
Lawrence of Arabia, right?
Which I think is the most beautiful film ever shot. I think David Lean's direction on that is just phenomenal. I think Peter O'Toole is at his best, and his best is better than most, and it is just an absolutely staggeringly good film. I did attempt to read T.E. Lawrence's 7 Pillars of Wisdom many years ago, and I did kind of bounce off, and I think I will go back to it at some point, but it's just the way that they deconstruct the man of Lawrence, the way that he gets into his psychology of it. I think just the tortured look that O'Toole has, which was mostly caused, I think, by dysentery when they were filming it. But if that's what it was, then bring it on, because it just seemed to enhance his performance so much. I think it's one of the first times we see Omar Sharif, and he's just spectacular in it. I love the film, and he even has Alec Guinness playing a sheik, which is quite odd. He's Alec Guinness.
Well, that was done all the time in those days. Right? You wouldn't do it now, but yeah, that's done all the time, wasn't it? Another film with great music score again.
Oh yeah, wonderful score.
I'm trying to remember who it was.
I'm trying to remember who it was as well, and I'm lost. I'm sure someone will remind us on the chat.
Yeah. But fantastic music.
There's that one bit. There's and this is back in the days. I mean, you can edit things nowadays. You've got you Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve or whatever it happens to be. And when you start editing footage, you can do all sorts of things. Like you can just move things around the way you want them to be, and you can create all these different edits and things. Back then, they were literally cutting up lumps of film stock to make edits work and then sellotaping them together, and to have planned out and to execute that smash cut between the burning match and the sunset it looks phenomenal. It's the most beautiful looking film I've ever made, I think.
Yeah, and you're right that you take those things for granted now because you can do it so easily, and in those days that would have been pure artistry, wouldn't it?
Oh, entirely.
Craftsmanship, yeah. And that sort of stuff has been copied loads since then as well. People like David Fincher wouldn't do those kind of things, wouldn't he?
Very much so, but it looks incredible. I think there's that whole scene where he goes back for the man across that they were going through that, I think, what do they call it, God's Anvil or something like that stretch of desert, and the man gets left behind and Lawrence goes back for him and then ends up having to shoot him later, and it's just so powerful, the whole thing.
Yeah. Awesome. Let's see what people think of that. So Ali says, I tried to watch last year in Mirabad about 20 years ago, couldn't be doing with it. Maybe I'll give it another chance. Couldn't be doing with it. Do you like your epics with intermissions?
Yeah, I do. I have a real soft spot. I mean, like in older films, I have a massive spot for epics and with intermissions and things, and for films that I'm now familiar with. If you were to tell me that a film that I haven't seen before is 3.5 hours long and it has an intermission in it, and put me down in front of it now, I don't think I've got the attention span. But if it's a film that I've seen like 7 or 8 times before, I'm like, yeah, I'll happily sit and watch it. Which is daft. Yeah. I'll happily sit and binge a miniseries on Netflix that's 5 episodes long, but you tell me the film's 4 hours, and I'm like, oh no.
That's what cracks me up about some of the teenagers. Because when I teach them and I'm asking about, what films they like, so many times someone will go, "Oh, I can't watch films. I haven't got the attention span to watch a film," and you've just heard them talk about watching an entire series or something, and it's what are you on about?
One of the reasons I think going to the cinema is so good, because you're forced to just watch it. There isn't an alternative. Someone isn't going to pause this so they can have a conversation about something else, or get up and make a cup of tea or something like that. You just sit there, you're in the moment, and if you need a drink or to use the bathroom or something like that, you're going to miss 2 or 3 minutes of this film tough. And it focuses the attention in a way that just sitting at home just can't replicate.
I mean, I will also say, I think a really big thing of cinema, which I'm sure people have experienced, is everything is enhanced. Every surprise is enhanced. Every action scene is enhanced. Every bit of dialogue is enhanced. Everything is like, it hits you more.
Totally.
So I just think, that, and I don't necessarily know why all of it hits more, but it does.
I think it's just the pure immersion in it. I mean, like, you're just in there. Yeah,
you're right. It's the immersive element. But Lean for Bridge on the River Kwai, amazing, and Old Brief Encounter. I've never seen Brief Encounter.
Oh, it's stunning. I think it's my wife's favorite film, and she doesn't like old films or black and white films or anything like that, but she does love Brief Encounter. It's absolutely beautiful film. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I need to watch it. I need to rewatch Lawrence though. Only seen it once years ago. Yeah, I haven't seen it for a while. Yeah, I think I saw it as a.
I don't remember Bridge on the River quite that well, actually. I do remember. I remember watching it and loving it, but I don't remember it being much beyond that. I need to check that out again.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best war films. I'm not a massive Second World War film fan, but that is one of the better ones, I think. And again, they were shown to death on Sunday afternoons, weren't they?
Oh yeah,
The Westerns and war films.
Ambushders and
yeah,
3 Squadron and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Get a screenplay by Robbie Grillett. It's many photos. I reread parts from it. Oh, cool. Did Mark say bring it on?
I did. That's about.
No, you said bring it on. No, yeah, you did say it. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, you can keep watching that bit. Rose Review is beautiful. Hey, it's Dave. Hi, Dave.
How's it going?
4th of July. It's 4th of July today.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
I think most of your films are American, aren't they? So we're celebrating America.
Probably a lot of them are. I think Lawrence of Arabia is kind of British. Yeah, no, I would say actually. Yeah, looking at my list, pretty much all of them are. Yeah, I am a bit of a Hollywood. Yeah, I do like my Hollywood films, and again, I think it was kind of the. I think it's the question of which of the films you take to a desert island, and it is the huge overblown things. I mean, like there's so many small indie films that I absolutely love, but am I going to rewatch them a million times on a desert island? And there's some fantastic cinema. Yeah, this is very US heavy. I will give you that. But I mean, there's some phenomenal Japanese films that I love. There's a decent Irish film industry, and there's some great films that come out of Ireland as well. I do. When I watch films, I do tend to have a bit of a broader taste. But when I wanted to pick something that was very popcorny for me, and that's what this list is kind of reflective of.
Yeah, makes sense. Again, what we talked about our sort of pretentious phase. I watched so many Italian films, French films, Spanish films. It's like, I'm going to do that because that's what I should do. Yeah. And not all of them are brilliant, but you just immerse yourself in them. It's some great international cinema. In the Mood for Love is a great companion to Brief Encounter.
That's a lovely film. That's a really great film.
Love that film, Miguel. Ali says, I sometimes forget Kubrick is American. I thought he was English.
I thought he was English. I know he lived in England.
Oh, I didn't only forget. I didn't even realize. I thought he was English.
Yeah, I know he lived towards the back end of his career in England, and that's why Full Metal Jacket was basically filmed around Battersea, because he didn't want to fly anywhere anymore. So right. The city battle at the end of Full Metal Jacket that was all filmed around Battersea apparently. So
that's mad. That's absolutely mad. I mean, because I was thinking Spartacus for me seems really Hollywood. So even if it had an English director, which I thought Kubrick was, I still saw it as Hollywood because of the other, parts of it, like.
Same with Lawrence of Arabia. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, David Lean's definitely English, isn't he?
Yeah, David Lean is definitely English. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It would have been an American team probably. That whole production team probably would have been American. I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Because I can get really romantic about films because I was even watching the credits from Supergirl. And this might sound a bit twatty, but I leaned over to my wife and said, "Isn't it amazing how many people make a film?"
Oh, it's such an endeavor to do. I mean, thousands of people, literally thousands of people, go into it, and then some arsehole on the internet says, "I don't like the way Millie Alcott looks." It's like, oh, bugger off.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, this is a good point. Same with Terry Gilliam. Yeah, because being a huge, massive fan of him and Python, clearly know he's American. But yeah, a lot of his films feel British, don't they? Brazil feels British. And Time Bandits feels British.
Very much so. I think Brazil feels quite British as well.
Yeah, Brazil. Baron Munchausen feels British. I think 12 Monkeys feels American, actually. 12 Monkeys, I'd say, feels American.
12 Monkeys does. Fisher King does. Fisher King feels very American.
Yes, very clearly set in New York in Fisher King. Yeah, it's interesting. I love Terry Gilliam. I love him very much. He said something really stupid during the Me Too movement, but there we are. I still love him.
Did he? I didn't catch that.
He said he had just completely destroyed all these people that were trying to say there was an issue with the casting couch, and he was just going, "Yeah, well, some people have used it to their advantage," and it's like, no, that's not the point, you know. But he's still a great man in my book.
Yeah.
So Heidi says, I love all the movies with Charlton Heston, Burt Reynolds, Steve McQueen, Clint Eastwood, Charles Bronson. Yeah, all these great male. Alpha male kind of lead actors, absolutely, yeah. Great period in cinema. Burt Reynolds really underrated as well. His performance in Deliverance is incredible.
Oh, it is. It's absolutely stunning. Yeah. That's a great.
I think out of all of them, he might. I don't know. He might be one of the best actors there. Some of them, like I'd say, Clint Eastwood, Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, definitely those are kind of like. Done really well despite not actually doing a lot. You know what I mean? So I think it's their look and this kind of just natural screen presence. I think Burt Reynolds has done quite a lot of actual active acting on screen.
I think that's probably true. Actually, I do think that's true. I think he's kind of. I think he kind of gets associated an awful lot with the sort of Smokey and the Bandit era of his career, but he had some really good acting chops as well.
Yeah, I think so. Again, you know, people don't necessarily see that. I think. All of them have great screen presence. Yeah, screen presence. Yeah, it's that natural thing that people are lucky to get, I guess. Cool. Okay, so let's go to number 6.
And for number 6, I'm going Alien. Now, I gotta be honest with you. It was really hard to choose whether I was going to have Alien or Aliens, or if I was going to have both and give up a slot for something else, because I love both of them kind of equally.
They're very different, so it wouldn't have been
very different.
Yeah,
but just but I think just the sheer originality of the way that Alien is done is just spectacular. I love everything about the design work on it. I think it looks stunning. Ridley Scott, again, another English director, who hadn't done many films. I think it was Alien was like his second or something like that.
Might be third. Maybe third. I think he's done The Duelist, and I think hadn't he done Legend by then, or did he do Legend after?
No, Legend came after.
Right.
Sure, Legend came after.
That was it.
But yeah, it was very early on in his career. I mean, like he'd done like 1 million ads that he'd shot, but and that's when how he came on, and he knew what looked good, and but the way that I love the way that they're able to split the design between, like, this is what the sort of future grimy truckers going across the galaxy, bringing cargo looks like, compared to the H.R. Geiger style ship that just looks utterly, completely, for want of a better word, alien to anything else that you'd see. I think the story behind it, the whole Dan O'Bannon story of which originally started with the wonderful title of Star Beast, but the idea of that created this life cycle of this creature, and then how that creature then got designed, how you don't actually see it that much. No. And how effectively what you think is your protagonist, your main character in it, the Tom Skerritt character, is just like very, very early on in the proceedings. And aside from anything else, that scene at the dinner table is, I mean, like, I think it scared the actors as much as it scared the audience when it was done.
Yeah, and there's so many iconic bits in it. Obviously, the bit we first see the alien coming out of John Hurt's stomach. But also, I'd love the scene with Bishop as well when they discover and have to put his head on the thing and try and get him to talk and all that. I mean, that stuff's just so brilliant. And obviously the iconic ending.
There was a tweet that I saw that I'm gonna try and pull this up now because it just made me laugh so much when I saw it. From back when there was actually tweets and it was actually called Twitter. So it was someone called a film critic called Adam Shafto, and his tweet was, "So I've been writing reviews for about 10 years. My wife's review of Alien puts everything I have ever written to shame." In quotes. Alien is a movie where nobody listens to the smart woman and they all die except for the smart woman and her cat. 4 stars.
It's kind of true.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I watched it with the director's commentary as well on DVD, and there was one thing I remember which I thought was really cool. You know, the first time they see the ship and they go out in their spacesuits to go onto the ship to kind of see what's there. They're his kids, and he wants to like have that scale. They're his kids in the suits. I bet that's brilliant. I love that.
Yeah, they did. They actually had. That's an old Hollywood trick. I think it didn't in Casablanca when they were at the airport and there had some the people of the plane. I think they employed either children or people, short statured dwarf people with dwarfism, dressed up as like ground crew in airplanes in the background, just so they could look like it was much further away than it was.
I love that. You've let down Libra Paradiso. Apparently, he doesn't like Alien. Wow. Really? He's gone down in our estimation, right?
He's gone down in mine, certainly. Yeah, I mean, like Alien is as both a science fiction film and a horror film, is a masterpiece.
Yeah, it really is. It's a masterpiece. Gladiator 2. I never even bothered to see Gladiator 2.
Now here's the thing about Ridley Scott. Now Ridley Scott does. I think maybe he was. Can you go back to the previous comment?
Yeah. How down your form after being so. Yeah.
Sorry, you're, and I absolutely agree with you. Ridley Scott. I think the thing with Ridley Scott, and I've had a conversation with my brother about this, is that Ridley Scott is a phenomenal director and being able to actually produce visuals that look stunning. But I don't think Ridley Scott knows the difference between a good script and a bad script when he picks it up. And he will think films that are great films which the script is just terrible. And I point to things like Prometheus and stuff like that. And some films that Ridley Scott has done is just like, you've made it look good, but this is a terrible film.
Yeah, I didn't like his version of Robin Hood as well. He did a version of that, didn't he?
No,
I didn't like that.
That wasn't great.
I like the idea that they talked about different barons and dukes and the kind of different parts of England that might be united in certain ways. But I still thought that's a very small bit of praise for a film that I didn't think had anything going for it at all. He's just a patchy director, and he's just very patchy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think his stuff always looks gorgeous, but as you said, it's really sketchy, and I think it's just he doesn't know the difference between a good script and a bad script when he sees it, and I think that's a big part of it. But Robin Hood films, I mean, like they constantly seem to be going back to the well for Robin Hood, and as far as I'm concerned, there have been 3 phenomenal Robin Hood films, and that's it, and they are. The original what's his name?
Do you mean?
I keep wanting to say Douglas Fairbanks. It's not him. It's Tasmanian actor. I can see him. It's you know who I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm trying to remember myself.
It's gone.
Oh, Richard.
No, the original swashbuckling.
Oh, the earlier one.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
What the hell? It's gone. Oh, God, old age is dreadful. But
what are the other ones?
The other ones is the Disney animated one and the Kevin Costner one. You can judge me all you like. I think it's spectacular.
Okay. Well, when the Kevin Costner one came out, there was another one came out exactly the same time that I think is brilliant. Patrick Bergen played it.
Patrick Bergen one, yeah, that is a good film, and I do agree. And it was probably arguably a much better film, but I have a very soft spot for the stupidity of the Kevin Costner one. to be able to go from Dover to Hadrian's Wall when they're on their way to Nottingham is just spectacular.
Yeah. Right, I can't even remember where we were. We were talking about Ridley Scott, weren't we?
Ridley Scott, yeah.
Oh yeah, because we need to go back to that point. Because you're right. I, not you necessarily, but I totally misread. Miguel's first point.
Apologies for that. Your estimation has not. You have not gone down in our estimation.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, Miguel. Alien is another one I need to rewatch. Yeah, you definitely do. You need to rewatch it 5 times.
Yes.
In one sitting.
And Aliens as well, but just don't watch any more.
I am a bit of a defender of the next 2, but the 4th one is a mess.
It is a mess.
It is a mess, but I don't know. I like the craziness of it, and it's one of my favorite directors, so I can't help myself.
Yeah, it has its charms. I remember watching when I originally watched it. I enjoyed it. But then then again,
and you start thinking about it. And you're like,
it was around about the time Buffy the Vampire Slayer was on, and the Joss Whedon script sounded great. But then, years later, when I go back to it, it's like, maybe not.
It is a mess. It is a complete mess. But I like to defend sometimes.
And Alien 3 is a mess as well. But I think it's shot fantastic. I think Fincher does a great job of bringing atmosphere and scariness to it. But it's a mess as well.
Yeah. They did too much with trying to do something interesting. It's like, well, actually, you had an interesting premise with them not having any weapons for a start, and if you'd have just run with that would have been awesome. But then there's all that weird stuff.
Now, what you need to do is just shave everyone's head so no one can tell anyone apart.
Yeah. So Al wishes Dave happy 4th of July. Alien Earth. When did we mention that?
Yeah, that's the TV series that's been on, I think, Hulu Plus or one of those. You can watch it on Disney Plus over here. I haven't watched it. No. I've heard mixed things about it.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, the new version. That's the new version of Alien, isn't it? Oh, I quite like the first episode.
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment.
I've only seen 1 episode. Yeah. Roll Flynn.
Oh!
What?
Errol.
Oh, it's Errol Flynn.
Errol
Flynn.
Of course
it was Errol
That's
Flynn,
what he was trying to say. Yes, thank you.
I tell you what, when you said Douglas Fairbanks Jr., I thought Errol Flynn. Isn't that funny? The way that our brains are so weird. Yeah. So I didn't think of Errol Flynn because my brain had already thought of it, even though it wasn't the same person.
Errol Flynn evaporated off into the ether, but thank you for reminding me. And yes, it was Errol Flynn.
He's doing a good job. But also, I will definitely put it out there that the Patrick Bergen one's really good. With Uma Thurman is Maid Marian, isn't she? And it's a very understated villain as well.
It is. It's very much. It's a much more.
It's a much more sane version.
Oh, totally. Yeah. You'll watch this and you think, wow, this is actually a really good adaptation of Robin Hood. You don't think that with the Kevin Costner one. You think this is bonkers and stupid. But I kind of like it anyway.
We need that sometimes, yeah. If you both want a wonderful Robin Hood book, read Outlaw by Angus Donald. Okay. I need to watch a movie. I'll actually write it down because I'm well into Robin Hood. I'm going to write it down. I'm writing it down. I am massively into Robin Hood. It was really cool. We've only been there once. We went to Nottingham and then we went to Sherwood Forest on the way back because it's actually not very close to Nottingham.
Isn't it?
Yeah. And it was just really, there was something really special about seeing the statue of Robin Hood in Nottingham. And I was just like, and then we went to Sherwood Forest. We went there when there was a big jousting thing happening, and that was really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But we had a lovely day. So that was really special. Bugs Bunny does a great Robin Hood. Yeah, absolutely.
I stand corrected. There are 4 great Robin Hoods.
Errol Flynn, the man behind Captain Blood, obviously, yeah. You're going out without Olive for any fireworks tonight. Oh, Dave, Al is asking everyone if you're going out to celebrate 4th of July. While you answer that, let's go to 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 7.
Number 7 is the film that my channel is named after, and my avatar photo is me recreating the poster of the film, and that is The Thing, John Carpenter's version of The Thing. And that, I think, is a phenomenal film. It is one of the it's the film that I always point to when people when we start to talk about things like practical versus CGI effects, because I don't think it's ever been surpassed when you look at creepy, gory body horror, and I don't think anything has done it better than The Thing. It is just so good. It is. My youngest is at an age now where she's exploring films and things like that, and we recently sat down to watch The Thing, and I think she's looking at this is a 40-year-old film, and I'm too cool for this, and she was like, so many of the scenes in it were just like, oh my God. Like, so yeah, I've traumatized her with it. It's so good. I think John Carpenter's run of films in the 80s is so good. I think there are few directors who have had a run of just classic after classic after classic like John Carpenter in the 80s. And I think The Thing is his best one. And that's saying something, because there's some great ones in there, especially when it's John Carpenter working with Kurt Russell, and I think that's the best one of their partnership, even though I have a really soft spot for Big Trouble in Little China. But The Thing is just spectacular. I read the book, novella, really, not so long ago. I love the novella as well. So it's called Who Goes There by John W. Campbell, and Campbell himself apparently was not a good person, but I think he was. I think he was a director. I think he was an editor of like one of the sort of science fiction magazines that an awful lot of writers got their starts on. And I think he was a pretty unpleasant person in just about every regard, I think. But it's a really good novella, and I actually saw the first attempt at making the film, which was a film called
Thing from Another World.
Which they shortened to just The Thing, and it shares the setting of like it's Antarctica. They find an alien in the ice, and the alien starts to kill them. But basically, it's just this big lumbering thing that goes around and kills people. Whereas what The Thing, the novella does, and then the film does even better, is just translates this sense of paranoia about they are there and they just cannot trust each other at all, and it has this the sort of the McCarthyism that is from the original novel is just translated so well in the film. So even though it's a visual spectacle, I think the paranoia around it, the characters that are in it,
the dialogue is fantastic.
Wonderful. One of my favorite films of all time.
I do think the film is perfect. I think the film is perfect.
I agree.
What's your favorite film? I always go to that, even though there's several others that are contenders, but it just literally, you cannot fault it. It's incredible. It's ridiculous.
Totally.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And I do love the original story, and I have watched The Thing from Another World a couple of times. I watched it with my son after we watched The Thing as well. He was obviously completely in love with the John Carpenter one. We watched it, we were like, and it's not.
I do like it.
Yeah, it's charming, but I'm someone who loves the 50s sci-fi thing. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna criticize it for effects or whatever, but it's just got it's just very basic, and it hasn't got that magic that the story's got, or that John Carpenter's reworking of it. I mean, it's just like you said, it tapped into the paranoia, tapped into what does it actually mean if this creature can go to different bodies and you don't know who it is. I mean, it's played out so well in the film, and it's such a great ending. You know, you're like, what? At the
Yeah.
end,
The McCready child's just sitting there, and
butch
let's
and
just
song and
sit
dance.
here for a while and see what happens. And again, we talked about Ennio Morricone. It's one of the few occasions when John Carpenter didn't do his own music. He got Ennio Morricone in for this one, and it's just a really minimal soundtrack. It's just like a couple of bass notes for most of it. It's just like dun dun.
Yeah, but I
dun.
think he was tapping into what John Carpenter does.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean?
He's basically picking up on John Carpenter's style of composing and injecting that into it. And again, Ennio Morricone is very underrated as I think everyone just sort of looks at him for the good, the bad, and the ugly, and not an awful lot else. But his other stuff is very underrated, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what people say in the chat, but the thing is just ridiculously good. It's one of those films you just think doesn't come around very often. And it's good. I would recommend everyone reads the original story, because the original story is so good.
It is,
and you know, and you can see elements of what John Carpenter does in the original story.
I was really surprised with how much of the original story because I'd seen the thing, I've seen it years ago, but I only recently read the short story, and I was really quite surprised by how much Carpenter had actually pulled out of that to put into it. It's like he didn't just use it as a jumping off point; he really actually incorporated a lot of the plot, and it was it was really good. And it was part of this whole thing that they were doing at the time, where they were taking old horror films, and again, this was my point that I was making earlier on about remakes. Don't remake something that everyone already loves. Take something that is forgettable, like the original The Thing or The Fly, and then do something different with it.
See, now I want to talk about The Fly forever.
I know.
Unbelievable. But I was going to say that we talked about how it tapped into the paranoia, but also they saw the premise in the story, and then it gets Rob Bottin in to do the effects, and they're like, okay, so what would actually happen? What would the creature look like? And what happens when he's a dog, but he's also several dogs at once? And you know, it's just unbelievable what they do with the effects.
I mean, Rob Bottin's work on that is just so good. It's just like, and there's things that they're doing, and you're looking and thinking, how did they do that? I mean, they shot that in camera. How did they make that head sprout those spider legs?
And that spider legs thing, that should be funny, but because of everyone screaming and because of the whole thing that comes off,
horrifying.
It's like amazing. Yeah, and then that bit with the defibrillator, and that is just.
I know. Yeah,
so cool. The timing's amazing.
So good.
And I won't say the whole line.
Again. Sorry, Gareth, say again.
No, I was going to say I won't say the whole line because of swearing. But when Donna Muffet shouts, "Get me off this chair!"
And again, not swearing, but when the legs grow out of the head, and your man turns around and says, "You've got to be effing kidding me." Great reaction.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So I don't know if anyone in the chat is saying, "I didn't really like that film," I would be absolutely stunned.
Go watch someone else's stream. Sorry.
And this film's come up a lot as well, by the way, in our Desert Island Flick series. So this is number 9, and it's been mentioned several times. So you know, it's not, you know, it's just incredible. It's an incredible film.
Absolute masterpiece.
Find where we were. Go for Errol Flynn, Bugs Bunny. So Dave has just said that he's staying in, but you're still recovering, mate. So maybe you don't want to go out. I don't know. So Ali says, "I knew it. I just saw the thing for the first time. You've just saw it for the first time."
Yeah, he just messaged me the other day saying, "I've just seen the thing."
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh, Ali's just well, not Ali, another Ali. My wife has just come back from.
How many Ali's have you got on the go?
Several.
At least 2.
Yeah, at least 2. Thank you.
But do they bring you squash?
No, they don't bring me squash. I've got orange and lemon squash.
Excellent.
Exciting stuff. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it several times and it never gets old. If you watch
I've
that,
lost audio. Hang on, give me a second. I think it's me.
Oh, you show me. That's worth showing to the screen because that's incredible. She's also given me this fresh cream lemon muffins. Come on. But,
Just make sure you take your time.
you're right there, Mark.
Yes, I've got audio again.
Oh, you lost the audio.
Yes.
You lost my audio, is it?
No, it's entirely me. I've got this weird thing where I've got this dock with my laptop, which I've got speakers plugged into, and just every so often the audio will just vanishes. And I use the same dock for my work computer, and it does the same thing. Just every so often, it just switches off the audio, and the only way I can get it back on is just by twiddling the volume knob up and down until it reconnects.
Turn it off and on again.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. Technology is just weird. Right, Constance says. So Constance is staying in with a bag of American salad and donuts and apple fritter in lieu of pie. Sounds good. The Thing, first time, Ali, I watched it when I was a kid on HBO. Cool experience. Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't know how many times I've seen it, but every time I'm just grinning from end to end.
Oh,
so
same
brilliant.
here. I love it so
And I'll
much.
tell you what, I mean, it might be obviously to say, but Kurt Russell was such a fantastic leading man, right?
He's brilliant. Yeah,
I mean,
he's brilliant. Do you know? I think his best. I do like The Thing. I do think The Thing's a perfect film. I do think his best performance in the John Carpenter film is Big Trouble in Little China.
It's great performance.
So good.
I mean, their first collaboration was Elvis the movie, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and he's a good Elvis as well.
Elvis.
He's a good Elvis. So Heidi says Jack from Sci-Fi Reads, great channel, did a comparison of the Thing movie and the book it's based on. Cool.
Ah,
And
cool.
that's when she watched it. Cool. Yeah. He I'm sure he did it very well. He's a very good channel. Do you know Jack?
I believe so. I'm not sure actually. I don't know if I've got to follow
he's an
Jack.
English guy. He does lots of book hauls and does it's strictly sci-fi and does really good.
Cool. I'll check if I'll check. I don't think I have checked him.
Disagree with him. We had he was a guest on this thing after we'd established that we often disagree about books. It was quite funny. And we were like, oh, so you like that one? Oh, you like that one? But he's really good. And yeah. Constance says, I just met the nicest British lady working at my grocery store. Nice. She was lovely. She likes to chat too. I love that. Is she an old British lady or like a... Hello, you right?
Thanks.
So Miguel says, enjoyed it, but we'll have to see your top 2 on Rewind. Oh, okay. He's got to go. Nice program. Yes, Gareth, thank you. You know how to bring it on.
Cheers.
He's going to say, yeah, I love it. Someone's got to mention Bring It On at some point. Someone's going to do. Maybe we should just do top 10 Kirsten Dunst films. You know, there's some good ones. Spider-Man 2 for start. Ones.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. What's that one that she did with? It's a weird science fiction one where it's like there's another Earth on collision course with. It's a very odd film. It's done by that. Oh God!
I don't remember it being in the. Go on.
I'm going to have to look this up because it's going to annoy me.
Okay, I'll go through the things. The old version, so Constance says the old version does not invite us to think about ourselves in the same way the Carpenter version does. Yeah, the old version is pure pulp, but it's literally kind of melodrama as well, really. But that's kind of like an old 50s style, really. But yeah, I mean, it's the Carpenter one is just intensely serious and really takes the premise to the highest level, doesn't it? So it's great.
It's
Ali, Dave says I don't deserve you. Yeah. she said, Dave. Yeah, Dave, you're our Dave now. Sounds perfect, Constance. Yeah, that's about 4th of July. Hi to all. Ali, there's almost as many allies as Falcuses. Oh, Ali's. There was Ali's. Yeah, I'm Ali. No, I'm Ali. I love it. Another Earth.
No, it wasn't Another Earth. I've looked it up. It's Melancholia. It's the Lars von Trier film.
Oh, Lars von Trier. Oh,
Yeah.
that would be an odd film.
It was. It's very, very good.
Oh, okay. I'll look
The
it
one
up.
he did directly after Antichrist.
Britt Marling. Who's Britt Marling? Don't know Britt Marling. Do you know Britt Marling?
Sure. No. Sounds familiar. But no.
I know Laura Marling. But Laura Marling's clearly different. Right, let's go. Even though... Oh, hold on. Oh, look. Dave's just done a video about Melancholia.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm going to definitely watch that.
Cool. Why did I miss that? I watch every single video you do, Dave. I reckon I've forgotten that. Right, number 8.
I like the Coen brothers an awful lot. And
Yes.
I was there's a few of them I was very tempted with. I was very tempted to go Miller's Crossing. I was very, very tempted to go A Brother Where Art Thou. Fargo's obviously fantastic, but the one I went with is The Big Lebowski.
I nearly mentioned it earlier, but I remembered that it's going to come up. But I was going to talk about we were talking about Jeff Bridges for a start, but there's also that idea of watching something over and over again, and I can watch The Big Lebowski so many times. But tell me about why you love it.
First of all, I mean, I established early on that I'm a big fan of old Humphrey Bogart noir. And for a start, The Big Lebowski, which a lot of people don't necessarily pick up on, is based on The Big Sleep. It is essentially the same story. It is, it is a guy who meets an old disabled rich man and who has 2 young women in his life, one of which is involved within the Los Angeles pornography industry, and it's got a bit of a confusing plot. And instead of it being a suave detective, it is Jeff Bridges' stoner, this acid casualty from the 60s. And
John Goodman's complete nutcase as well.
Oh, Walter in that. But here's the great thing about Walter. The more you watch that film, the more the line that Lebowski says to the dude says to him all the time is true. You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole. Because he's every single thing he's talking about. He sounds like a paranoid lunatic, but he's actually right about everything that he says.
Oh my God!
And it just makes me laugh so much when I watch it. Every single time I watch it, it just, your man pulls it.
Go on.
You can quote it. I was just going to say, you can just quote all the things so endlessly. I mean, the opening scene, your man pulls out a bowling ball and says, "What the F is this?" And he says, "Well, obviously you're not a golfer." And it's like that all the way through every single part of it. When I had to travel to California with work relatively recently, and I had to make an effort to go to an In-N-Out burger just in homage to The Big Lebowski. Burgers, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Just you say a line, and that's it. You can see the entire scene and every way it's been played. If I said to you, "Is this your homework, Larry?"
Yeah. My brother, when he was in college, when he was in uni, actually stayed with they shared a house with his friend Larry, and he would every so often just pull up a piece of paper, put it in front of him, saying, "Is this your homework, Larry?"
The entire scene is so insane. It's like,
yeah,
oh my God, it's so brilliant. And they're supposed to do the drop. You're supposed to give him the money, and Walter's got something else in it. So why haven't you brought? No, we're not doing that anymore. We're doing this.
And so brilliant. Bits that just kind of don't even need to be there, but are just brilliant, like John Turturro as the Jesus. And
yeah.
There's no need for that scene at all. It's just magnificent. I love it so much, and I'm waiting to see who in the comments has just said, "Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man."
Which my son quotes all the time. He says it all the time. I think maybe every time we mention anyone that's in the film or any Coen Brothers person, they'll say it. He'll say it. But amazing, absolutely amazing. Flea's in, isn't he? I think Flea's in. Yeah, he is. He's one of the nihilists. It's funny. It always makes me laugh when I see him. Go, "Oh, look, it's Flea." Right, so I'm so hoping that people love Big Lebowski because it really is such a special, bizarre moment in cinema. The Coen brothers are funny, aren't they? Because they've now broken up, haven't they? I hope they didn't actually fall out. They don't speak to each other at Christmas or something.
Oh, really?
But well, Ethan Coen has started making films on his own.
Oh, right. I hadn't
So-
realized. Like I said, finger not on the pulse. I know the last thing they did together was Ballad of Buster Scruggs, wasn't it? On
Yeah, which was good. I did like it.
yeah, same.
And then I know Joel Coen did some theatre stuff. So he went into the theatre. So he directed something, I think, with Frances McDormand in it, because obviously it's his wife, but I think she was in it. But then Ethan Coen's done 2 films now. When he did one, I thought, oh, maybe they're just having a little moment apart. But he's done 2 now. He's brought another one out recently.
Oh,
But
really?
he's written and directed it. Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
I hope they make another one together because they're very special.
But it's the fact that everything that they've done is just entirely different. I mean, like you compare Miller's Crossing to, I don't know, The Hoodsucker Proxy, or like
or Blood Simple.
Blood Simple to Raising Arizona. It's just
Raising Arizona.
Just opposite ends of the spectrum. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou was the one that made the list. That was a close run thing because I love that almost. I mean, you could get a cigarette paper between where they rank in my personal rankings. But I think just The Big Lebowski just very slightly clinches it for me.
I tell you what, because I think we both agree that they've done such a variety of films. But there is one that I really love by them that's very similar to The Big Lebowski. So you can't really say that about a lot of their films because they're so different. But I really love Burn After Reading. I think it's so funny.
Burn After Reading when you're going through with that one. Yeah, I don't love it as much. I do like Burn After Reading an awful lot. I think
it's my favourite performance from Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I think it is great.
So funny. But also, I love the end. One of my best endings when at the end he goes to the CIA and then the guy David. The guy that played I can't remember. Anyway, the leader of the CIA guy or whatever. He's like, so what's happening now? And then he gives them a rundown and he's like, so what's happened to this guy? Oh, he's dead. What's happened to that guy? Oh, he's missing. What's happened? No, they got the money. So we don't have to worry about anything. No. Oh, let's forget it. Such a brilliant ending.
No, the way it was, the bit I liked from that is that the Frances McDormand's character was mad for this cosmetic surgery that she wanted to have, and this was what this whole plot centralized. And she was saying, "Well, she's the only one who knows anything." And it's like, "What she wants? What she wants is like some cosmetic surgery." And he's like, "Oh, pay it, don't you? Just pay it."
It's so brilliant. Such a ridiculous scene. But yeah, perfect ending.
Coen Brothers film. I went to see Hail Caesar in the cinema, and there was some really good bits in it. But I remember thinking, it's not working.
I was disappointed by that. And also, there's another one I was disappointed by. Well, there's a few actually. So I was disappointed by the Hail Caesar. But then, what was it called? There was The Serious Man. Is it called? Serious Man?
Serious Man, yeah, that was okay. That seemed very like Barton Fink. It just kind of had that sort of really little odd off-kiltery thing to it.
Yeah, but it wasn't off enough.
I wouldn't say I loved it, but it was okay.
Yeah, and Intolerable Cruelty wasn't great.
Now I have a soft spot for Intolerable Cruelty. I do have a soft spot for it. It is stupid, but but I do have a soft spot for that one.
I'm going to rewatch it then.
There's the other one. There was the Man Who Wasn't There, the one with Billy Bob Thornton. That was
I quite liked it actually. I know what you mean. But again, maybe you got to lock in, like because I didn't lock in with Serious Man, and maybe if you can just like relate to it, But I quite liked it. But yeah, it's very very slow and still, and not a lot happens. Isn't it?
It is. And yeah, it's kind of following a protagonist too. I mean, like they tell you in the title, the man, he's not there. He's not involved in the plot. He's just kind of a bystander as all this stuff happens.
Yeah, such an amazing career. There's another. Someone's mentioned another one we can mention, but I'll get them to mention it first. There's another great one that they did. So let's go back to where we were. So here we are. I just did a bit. Yeah. Sorry, we saw that one. Oh, okay. So Big Man, Another Earth. And Antichrist. Okay. Constance says that British person is not as old as Constance. Okay, fair enough. The Big Lebowski. Yeah, well, there it is. That's just your opinion, man. There's some things that come to light. Amazing. And he loves it. He loves being known as the dude as well, doesn't he? He's quite happy to go along with it if someone sort of uses that.
Yeah, he'll pull out the cardigan every so often and just arrive.
Absolutely brilliant. Von Trier's whole depression trilogy. Yeah, that's right. I remember you. Yeah, I have seen you talk about that. Yeah, intense. Yeah, very odd man. I have a sort of spot for the Coen Brothers folk movie Inside Llewellyn Davis.
Yeah, I like
a really good film.
I agree. I like that film.
Yeah, I really like Oscar Isaac. I think he's such a good actor.
Yeah, he's really, really good.
Yeah, great pick. Yeah, Fargo, one of my top Coen Brothers film. Makes a lot of sense.
One of the things I love about Fargo, I remember seeing an interview with William H. Macy, because the opening thing in the script of the Fargo is that this is based on a true story. And William H. Macy says, I got some stuff about the original case. And they're like, what original case? The story. It's not real. Oh, no, it's not based on anything. It's like, you can't say at the start that it's based on a true story. Why not?
I absolutely love that. I can't remember when it came out as far as who it would have been. It was either Barry Norman or Jonathan Ross, right? I can't remember when Barry Norman stopped. Like the main BBC program we had for film reviews. Yeah, I used to watch that religiously. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
And I think it might have been Jonathan Ross who was interviewing them at Cannes, and he was going, "So is this a true story?" And straight away, like, no. And he's like, what did you just say? It's not. Yeah, we just put it on there.
Yeah. I was like, wait, you can't do that. I was like, why not? Everything else is made up. How we make up that bit? It's fine.
So funny. They've brilliant. I just love it. Yeah, I mean, even because they also divide. They do the work together. They write and direct together, don't they? But they gave each other separate credits.
Yeah.
Again, that's them just doing their own thing.
There was a period of time, I think there was where I think the Directors Guild of America really did wouldn't allow films to be put on as being directed by more than one person. They were very, very adamant about that. I mean, there was I think they started to allow it a little bit with when there was with the Coen Brothers. I think there's one that's directed by them, but I'm not sure. They were started to, but there was also. I think with the Wachowskis, they started to allow them to be known as a single director.
Well, there is an example we've already mentioned with this directed by two people. Also Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Ah, yes, of course.
Directed by the two Terrys.
Yeah, it was the two Terrys, but I think only one of them's credited, isn't it, as the director? Are they both credited on that?
I think in that one they're both credited.
Okay.
I mean, it didn't work out very well, and they separated the roles after that. But I think they are both credited.
Well, with Sin City, I know with Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller, I think there was actually talk of Robert Rodriguez actually resigning from the Directors Guild in order to be able to get Frank Miller as a co-director on it.
That's cool. So so I can see there's that history there. Yeah. What? Ralph is moaning because he wants me to. He can't. He's too old now. He can't lift. He can't get on the settee without me helping him out.
Oh dear.
So yes, he was moaning. He's not up here. He'll come. He'll get down again in about 2 minutes.
Always the way.
Always the way. Other Earth. Britt Marling acted, producer. Oh, okay. So all those different credits on Other Earth. Joel Cohen also did a solo film.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that's the one I was thinking of. I thought it was in a theatre. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's a cinema thing. And that's what I was thinking was a theatre thing. Season 1 of Fargo with Martin Freeman and Billy Bob thought was amazing. I need to watch Fargo. I watched the first few episodes. Same
here. I really enjoyed them and didn't finish watching them. I don't know why.
Because was it Colin Hanks took over the main part? I think they've had a different main role as the series went on.
They changed around, popped up a bit. Yeah,
Pierce Brosnan, that's such a funny film. Yeah, Christopher, and my son does a great impression of that first phone call when he says, "I've got your shit." It's very funny.
One of the saw an interview again with I think it was, or I think I read this interview with Brad Pitt around about the time that the film was coming up, and apparently he went to one of them, Joel or Ethan, and he was like, said, I'm a bit worried about being able to play this character because he's really, really dumb, and they looked at him and said, yeah, you'll be fine.
That's a veiled compliment, isn't it? I love it.
I know.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of reaction videos for Fargo. The reactors are always fooled until they look it up after. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. Well, there's no reason to think it's not until someone tells you it's not.
No, it's based on a true story when it's not based on a true story.
There's no reason. Okay, Al's still looking forward to tonight. I might go down to the river to watch the fireworks. You go,
Nice.
to it, mate. Ali's got to go off.
No worries. Take it easy, Ali.
Nice one. 7, 8. We've got 2 more.
We do have
Is that
2
right?
more, right? Yeah.
So give us number 9.
I went for A Few Good Men, directed by the late great Rob Reiner. And this is it's an odd one for me because I don't think it's one of my favorite films, but it's one of those films that I am absolutely drawn to. And I think it's mostly to do with the Aaron Sorkin script. Now, Aaron Sorkin is a writer. When he writes on TV, I actually don't like his stuff very much. He's famous for doing things like The West Wing and stuff like that. And I actually find his stuff on TV overlong, over repetitive, and it just feels like the things very, very protracted. But I think when he's cut down to just doing like a play or a film, something that is to be done in a concise way, I think his mastery of words in it is absolutely stunning. A Few Good Men was one of the first ones that he did, and it was originally a Broadway play. And the original Broadway play, the character, now this is something I would have loved to have seen, but the actor who played Colonel Jessup, which is the Jack Nicholson part, You Can't Handle the Truth. The character who played that the actor who played that on Broadway in the original production was J.K. Simmons. And I just loved to have seen that original production.
Yeah.
But
he's such a great actor. J.K. Simmons is so good.
So good.
Yeah.
But even Jack Nicholson is great in this. And Jack Nicholson I think he's one of his best, because even though there's that sort of really intense manic scene with the You Can't Handle the Truth at the end, actually the rest of what he does in this is very, very understated, and it's so good. I think the sparring of the dialogue is incredible, and I think it's just another example of I don't like Aaron Sorkin's TV stuff, but I think his films are because he's forced to adhere to a short time frame that he does it in, are brilliant. And the other one that he does, which nearly made this instead, is Charlie Wilson's War with Tom Hanks and Seymour Hoffman. And again, it's brilliant. The dialogue is insanely good, and I just really, really enjoyed it. So and there's something compelling about A Few Good Men that for some reason it is the absolute one of those films that if I'm flicking through the channels in the evening time, and literally I could be just about to go to bed and I happen to turn on the TV and it is just starting, I will end up watching the entire thing every single time.
And again, Rob Reiner is someone else who did so many different types of films. It's crazy, do Princess Bride and Spinal Tap and that and Misery, it's just such a range that he had. It's just phenomenal.
It is. It's fantastic. He's so good.
And again, because we talked about Ridley Scott is great visually, but he's a bit patchy. It's like he hasn't got the same kind of range, it seems. That you look at, he's done a lot of different types of films, but they're not all great, So yeah, some people just know how to direct a film. I never thought Rob Reiner was appreciated enough.
I agree. I think, and actually, my 10th one on this list is a Rob Reiner film as well. So,
Okay. Oh, I think that's right. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I looked at your list a while back, didn't I? So yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to talk about that as well. So let's see what people have said. So Al saw Macbeth in a theatre when it came out. Oh, okay. Thought it was brilliant, very dark. So maybe is it that version of Macbeth you saw, or you just saw Macbeth in a theatre? Be interesting to know. You sound like me. That might be a reference to something you said about going to the fireworks. Yeah, cool. Heidi, did Sorkin do the TV show Newsroom? That's big speeches, like viral, isn't it?
The start is great. The rest of the series, I bounced off about halfway through. I just found it really repetitive. But that opening scene in the newsroom is excellent. I love it. But I mean, like, you know, if it was an Aaron Sorkin film, he'd have gone on and done other things, and then it'd be for over 90 minutes. It just became. It felt really repetitive to me. But that opening scene is spectacular.
Yeah. It is pretty awesome. My favorite adaptation of Macbeth is Weird Sisters. Well, they've got to talk about Weird Sisters.
But yeah,
there's references to it. But yeah, nice mention of Pratchett. Heidi, were you here at the beginning when we talked about Terry Pratchett? I'm not sure. I think you were here. You might have been here right at the beginning because I think you probably heard him talk about it. But yeah, if you want to see lots of Discworld material, go to Mark's channel, and there's loads on there.
I don't do that much Discworld anymore because I've read them all now again and I've reviewed them all. I think I probably will do more Discworlds in the foreseeable future. But yeah,
do your top tens and your favorite. Have you done one yet on how to start reading them? Because that's the big hot topic.
I did that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was a teenager when it came out, so I literally started with the first book because there was only one book.
Yeah.
So I read The Colour of Magic.
I found them relatively late. I found them sort of in my late teens. So it was. I think the first one I read was The Truth, which was the 25th one at that point. But it was banging them out 2 a year. So it was still sort of mid 90s.
Yeah. Fargo's first season is as good as it gets. Start again. I definitely want to start that again.
Yes,
definitely. There's a few things I want to. I don't know if this is gonna like keep the quality going, but I do want to finish Westworld as well because I enjoyed what I saw.
First season, excellent. I think I watched one episode of the second season and then kind of got bored and stopped watching it.
Yeah, I might end up doing that. But yeah, there's a couple of other things I want to catch up on or go rewatch. But Fargo's definitely one of them. I missed the beginning. Yeah, we did. It's because I think you were here quite early. But when I was asking Mark to talk about his channel, we talked about Pratchett for a bit there. Watch it and just sub. Yeah, nice, brilliant. So got a new sub, it's good.
Fantastic.
We all need that. We'll watch Backlog this week. Brilliant. That's awesome. Thanks, Heidi. Right, so we're on 10.
Number 10. And I've gone with another Rob Reiner, The Princess Bride.
The Princess Bride.
As you have, it's another one of what you would call a perfect film. That is an absolutely flawless film as far as I'm concerned from beginning to end. As a piece of fantasy, it's great. As a sort of a piece of meta storytelling, it's fantastic. As a comedy, it's absolutely hilarious. As I think it has the best sword fight that's ever been on film. It's just excellent in every single regard.
And it's really romantic as well.
It is. It has a proper, is this a kissing book? It's just so good in every single regard. I love it. Yeah, it's the cast is fantastic. It's just an absolutely flawless work of casting. The three trials, against the Fezzik and Inigo and Vincini, just having the steel and strength and brains is just fantastic. The end with "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." It's like it's just brilliant.
I've got that on a T-shirt. I should have worn it today, but I have got that on a T-shirt. But it was nice to be able to go Farscape for a moment.
Yeah,
Talk about Farscape for a bit. So anyone that's late on the thing. But no, I cannot agree more. It's such an incredible film. I do actually like the book as well. But there's something about the film that everything is right. It's pitched perfectly. It looks beautiful as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah. Cool.
It flawless. There's nothing to say beyond it is a flawless film as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I like. There's a bit I really love, and it just cracks me up every time. I mean, there's many bits of film, but the one I immediately think of is they're trying to revive. What's his name? The main character.
Wesley, Cary Elwes.
Wesley. They're trying to revive him, and it's thingy in it.
Billy Crystal, Miracle
yeah,
Max.
Billy Crystal. He's got a ridiculous thing that he's trying to revive him with, and he listens. He says, "What did he say?" He just said to Blade.
Apparently, that scene took them so long to do because they just let Billy Crystal loose, and every single take they did, everyone would just start cracking up. They had the whole cast and crew in that little set. They had to start stripping people out and just moving them out of the set. Rob Reiner apparently being one of the worst. Everyone had to leave because everyone just started bursting out laughing because it was just a full-on improv from start to finish. And apparently there's hours of material that's unusable because people just burst out laughing. Of him going off on one.
Yeah. I love it when you get a DVD or a Blu-ray or whatever, and there's a feature-length documentary. Because there was one for this one, called As You Wish, was it?
Yeah, it was. I think it came out the 25th anniversary Blu-ray when it came out.
It's such a brilliant documentary. Because that's also true for The Thing, which we talked about before. There's for a long time since the early DVD came out, there's been an 80-minute documentary about The Thing on there. But when you hear all that stuff about the behind the scenes of The Princess Bride, they were having such a great time, and you could tell that that's really shown on screen as well, isn't it?
Very much so. There's just so much affection for the whole thing, and it's just it's lovely. It's just one of those films that I watch, and I just have a ear-to-ear grin every single time I'm watching it because I think there's just. The lines in it, just every so often to just throw a line in, like you will never survive. Nonsense, you're only saying that because no one ever has. Done totally straight-laced. I love it so much.
Yeah, and it's nice to see Christopher Guest, who clearly was friends with him, friends with Rob Reiner, but it's a big role for him because he doesn't. It's funny because obviously. Yeah, very serious in that one, and he's got a huge role to play. Does the greatest sword fight, as you say, but he's again underused, I think. But he's had his own. He's been creating a lot of stuff he's done, hasn't he?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Okay, so let's see what people say. So Al's talking about tonight. He's going to go down and watch fireworks, walk around. Okay, he would go if he had someone to go down there with. Oh
dear.
That's a bag of poo. That is. Go down anyway, man.
Go on, make some new friends down there.
Make a new friend. Go down there and start chatting to people. Conan ain't the only one. Conan needs a new friend. Yeah. He's just going on. But yeah, just go down there. Go for it. Indigo has the best revenge scene ever. Yeah. Absolutely. Carol Kane. Yeah, she's now part of the. I think Carol Kane's so brilliant.
She is.
Have
you watched Strange New Worlds?
I have only seen like 2 episodes. I don't have Paramount Plus, so I want to see it as a Star Trek fan, and I know that some of it's really good, but I know that they also made a few mistakes. I saw a trailer for the new season. Was it the new season? One of the seasons, and it was a little bit odd what they did. But
I haven't seen the new season, but the other 2, I think it's 2 seasons, have been brilliant. I've really, really enjoyed them. There's some fantastic episodes, and there's an amazing crossover episodes with Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks, where they get two of the animated characters from Lower Decks into Strange New Worlds, and
That's
it
good.
is absolutely hilarious. It is
that's
stunningly
really good.
funny.
I think I would like it. So I mean, I've actually had my eye on maybe seeing the DVDs come out on like a charity shop or something, because I don't want to get Paramount Plus, so it'll either be buying it new, which would be quite expensive, or seeing it if I get it secondhand. So I would like to do that. It's just so many streaming services, isn't there? You have to kind of think, okay, those are the ones I'm going to get. You know.
Well, we've got Sky Movies, and it comes free with that, so that's how I end up watching. This is every so often I'll just rewatch all of Star Trek end to end. So I'm about midway through the Next Generation at the moment.
Brilliant. Yeah. No, I'm a massive Trekkie, and I really liked Picard, and I liked a lot of Discovery actually, even though lots of people hate it. So I'm much more.
Yeah, I quite like Discovery. It was all right. I thought it wasn't as bad as it was made out. It wasn't.
I think it kept getting better. So the first season was a bit dodgy, and I think it kept getting better. But Saru, I think, is a fantastic character. He was my favourite thing in Discovery. But yeah, I think I will like Strange New Worlds. I'll tell you what, you saying it's on Sky Movies. I get Sky Movies as part of my Virgin Media deal.
If you get movies, then you can go on to if you're getting it through Virgin Media, maybe not, but certainly if you get it through Sky, you have Paramount Plus as part of the package.
Oh, I'll look it up. That'd be really cool if I can get it, because I think there's some really good films on Paramount Plus as well.
There's some good stuff, yeah.
And Carol Kane was brilliant in Taxi. Do you remember Taxi?
Oh, yeah, I do.
That his girlfriend or sister or something. She was well funny in that, because she did the same language that he did, didn't she? In Taxi.
I love Taxi. I grew up watching Taxi with my dad, and not Charlie Kaufman, Andy Kaufman, and Christopher Lloyd as Jim was so good.
There's an episode I saw again recently where he does the driving test. He has to redo his driving test, and it's so funny. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it's so funny him doing his driving test. And they're on the side shouting, like, to help him out with the test, and he just keeps just freaking out. It's really funny, but brilliant. Taxi was amazing. Such great film choices. Absolutely, yeah. Thank you, Constance. 10 o'clock, kind of late for an old dude. Like, no, it's not. Wow, what are you talking about? A lifestyle you've had over you're like a wild man that loves living life. You live life to the full. Come on, 10 o'clock is not late.
It isn't.
What's going on? You're a musician as well. Come on now. 10 o'clock is not late. 10 o'clock is when the evening starts.
10 o'clock was when you should be getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was a Crazy Trek episode. Which one was that? The Lower Decks thing.
Lower Decks one, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Dave loved it. Mandy Patinkin is fantastic in
Princess Bride, yeah.
Princess Bride, absolutely. Again, I don't know, he seems to have disappeared in my rear view mirror. I don't know if he's doing other things that I'm not aware of, but
I think he was doing one of those, those really long running shows like NCIS or Criminal or CSI or one of those. I think he was doing one of those for a long time. I don't know which one it was because I didn't watch any of them.
Yeah. Okay, so Heidi says the first two seasons are really good, but season 3 is a bit dodgy. So yeah, that again, I'm very much of a half full person. So if there's things I like in it, I would enjoy it, but I'd have to keep excusing bits I don't like. So that might be a thing for season 3. There was a thing where they turned everyone into a Klingon, I think, in the trailer, something like that, and it was just a bit odd. I was like, what are you doing that for? I think it was a Klingon, or turning everything into Vulcan, one of the two. But it was very, very strange. There's
a music episode, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm up for that. Yeah, that sounds cool. So, yeah. I mean, I'm a Farscape fan, and that did some crazy shit. How else is he trying to make new friends? Girlfriends. Cool. Bombing at day cats. Keep going, man. Keep going. We're rooting for you. It's hard out there. It is hard out there. I can't imagine what that'd be like. I said on the mic, so I did a gig this afternoon, and I said I did a song as a tribute to my wife, and I said we've been together 35 years, and we have been together a long time. I can't imagine what it'd be like dating
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't. It's just, it horrifies me, the idea of actually trying. We're about to have our 20th wedding anniversary, and just the idea of dating apps and trying to meet someone nowadays. No, I'd just be a hermit. That'd be the end of that. No.
Yeah. Scary stuff. Oh, Heidi said something controversial for me anyway. Season 1 of Discovery is much better than the Chris Pine movies. I like the first and the third ones a lot.
I agree.
I think the second one, it shouldn't have been Khan. They shouldn't have done a film about Khan. And I'd have to watch it again to see if there's any good stuff in. But my prevailing memory is, why did you do Khan? But I massively like the first and third films. I thought they were brilliant.
You shouldn't remake the best stuff. This is what I'm saying. If you're going to remake something that's, remake episode number 5, the
the one about God.
Remake that one. No one's going to get upset with you for bringing.
Yeah, exactly. Remake the Rough and Front Khan. Why would you do that? But no, I really like it. And the third one I thought was so criminally underrated. Just like, it had a really good plot, had some really cool things happening in it. The villain had a really good reason to be a villain. And Idris Elba playing the villain, for Christ's sake. It was a really good stuff between the characters. I don't get it. I liked it a lot. Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. Go watch the third one again, Heidi. You're being too harsh.
And when the people start playing the Beastie Boys and and he turns to Spock and says, "Is that classical music?"
Yeah, that's classic Star Trek 4 dialogue, isn't it? Brilliant.
Brilliant.
It's a song. Oh, it's a song. What's the song? Hold on. Oh, maybe it's hard out there for a pimp. I think that might be what you were saying was a song. Jason Isaac steals all the scenes in Discovery. He raises the show. Oh, I think there's loads of good actors in Discovery. I think Discovery made a massive problem making the Klingons so awful in the first season.
Yeah, they did make a rod for their own back with that. It's like
terrible.
Why? You've got perfect Klingons. I mean, they explored that so well in Next Generation and DS9. Yeah. Did not need to rewrite the Klingons.
No, it's very strange. And yeah, I think lots of. I mean, I really like the big plot about that anomaly that ended up being that guy that was on that planet, and he was like traumatized from a kid. I thought that was a brilliant plot line. Yeah,
it was pretty good. Interesting point to it.
And Jason Isaac is cool in it, so I agree with that.
I loved it.
Mandy Patinkin is a great performer. Just saying, Broadway singer. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He's an all-rounder. Triple threat, they call him. Triple threat. Greg from Another Bibliophile reads, and his wife have 30 years married this Monday. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
congratulations to Greg.
Yeah, no, congratulations to Greg. And they go crazy at. Well, I did just say that we've been together for 35 years, but yeah, it's crazy. It's a lovely thing. It's a lovely thing. Would Cara Kane look great in a black and white silent film? Yeah, I can see that. I mean, she should just be casting everything. She should be the busiest actress.
I agree.
Again, I think it's because she's a bit odd, isn't it? That's why you get loads of roles if you're like a pin-up, but if you're not a pin-up, you get these character roles and you just don't get used enough, do you?
I love her in Scrooged.
Yeah, she just punches him in the face all the time. Brilliant. Yeah, I love Scrooge. It's such a good film, isn't it?
It's an underrated film, yeah. However, the best version of the Christmas Carol is the Muppets Christmas Carol. And I will die on that hill.
I tell you what, a lot of people say that, so I love that because every time anyone says anything like that about the Muppets, it fills my heart with joy. So yeah, absolutely. Homeland, that was the big thing he was in, wasn't it? That's probably the thing you're thinking of.
Yeah, I knew he was in some big sort of tentpole thrillery type show.
Yeah. My wife watches that sort of thing constantly. She just loves all that. Anything, if they're putting out a fire or they're arresting someone or they're taking someone to court, that's it. She's watching it.
My missus is like that, but she only likes to watch the real life ones. So ambulances and police.
Well, people beating each other up in Blackpool, and then they're come out.
She knows all that.
Does she like the ones that
television?
Does she like the airport security ones when they try and deal with?
I don't remember her watching those.
It
But
seems to be constantly on. If you flick around your channels, you're always on some airport security thing.
ambulances seems to be the big one. Ambulances and police stations, they seem to be the big ones.
I bet you the people that work there think it's not that interesting, mate. Why are you constantly filming me? I hope they don't start doing it in schools and colleges.
There is the school one that what's it called? That Channel 4 documentary.
Oh yeah.
She watched that religiously as well.
It was quite good. It was quite good. It was like a northern school, wasn't it? Like a bit of a rough school. And there was was it because the head teacher was turning it around, like making it into a better school?
Well, yeah, something like that. But it was I can't remember. She's going to smack me in the head when she. Because one reason she loves it obviously is because she's a biology teacher, so she, this is what she sees on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. I've never seen it, but I need to watch Teachers. You know, the thing that Andrew Lincoln got famous for before.
Oh, I watched that years ago when it was out.
Yeah, I'd like to see that again because that'd be interesting to see it now. Because I think when it was out, I wasn't a teacher, so it'd be interesting to see it as a teacher. I think
the thing I loved about when it was on was the obliviousness of the actual teacher. So the way it was done, it was like these teachers would be having these conversations walking down the corridor, and you'd see some kid in the background being dragged by his feet from his being dragged into a classroom and things like that. That oblivious of, and it was just these little gags that were thrown in. It was hilarious.
I like that. Teachers don't see everything, do they? I love it. So Dave says, to bring it full circle, Jason Isaac was amazing in the show The OA, which starred Britt Marley. Amazing. I've heard of The OA, but I've never seen it.
I have never seen it either, but I do like Jason Isaac.
Yeah. I expect my wife saw that. OA is great, 100%. Yeah, there we go. The Dispossessed had some points to be made for fidelity and matrimony. That's bouncing off us being married for a long time.
Yeah.
That's the book we're all reading at the minute that we'll be talking about. Yeah. We're doing a Ursula K. Le Guin read along, and we're trying to do live streams as we do it, and we need to do the word for word as Forest, and then we'll do the Dispossessed.
I have, to my shame, never read any of Ursula K. Le Guin. Now, I've got 2 of her books on my 50 books before I've turned 50. I've got Left-Handed Darkness, and I've got the first Earthsea book. So I will be reading her soon, but I haven't read any, to my shame.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. They're very different, actually, I'd say, Left-Handed Darkness and Earthsea book. I think they're very different. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think. And then Constance says, what's the third one, the Simon Pegg one? Simon Pegg show?
I think he wrote it. Yeah, I think he had a big part in writing the third one. The third. Oh, yeah, he did co-write it. Yeah, that's right. The third Star Trek one, yeah. Because I remember in an interview he was all excited about the fact he'd co-written it. So he probably has some of the snappy dialogue in it. It's probably him because he's amazing. I love Simon Pegg. Are you a Simon Pegg fan? Oh, very much so. Yeah. I've been the Simon Pegg fan.
You haven't got the Cornetto trilogy in here.
No, I didn't. I think Shaun of the Dead nearly made an appearance in here. And if I'm honest, the Simon Pegg stuff that I really like was Spaced. That Spaced was what,
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? Because he wasn't famous internationally at that point. So I'm sure people don't necessarily have that on their radar. But if they saw it, it's such brilliant comedy. It's like perfectly written.
It's fantastic. Nick Frost is quite different from that to the other characters he tends to play.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, if anyone has access to the thing that kind of made Simon Pegg famous over here, which is a TV series called Spaced. It was in the 90s, early 90s as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Mid-90s, as I said.
Mid-90s. Yeah, because I remember I was running a record shop at the time, so I know it kind of around when it was. And the guy that was my assistant was like obsessed with it, but I loved it as well. And it's just one of those things that taps into what it's like to be like late teens, early 20s, around that time. The language, the references, the humor, them trying to get a flat in the first bit and then trying to pretend they got a job. And Yeah, lots of different things about it, and they're geeks as well. So there's loads of references to
Really,
stuff.
there's so many references in it, and it's very, very cine literate as well. They'll pick up a lot of stuff from various different films. One of my favorite lines, one of the dialogue exchanges is from space, and it's like, "Are you ready? I was born ready. Yes, but are you ready now?"
And there's just random things like when they first moved all their stuff. I think they decided to move the rooms around a bit, and they've done this whole day of working, and they're all like, whew, and then they just pause for a moment, and just for a moment, I think Jessica Stevenson's glasses fall down to fall onto her nose, and just for a split moment, all of them look like Scooby-Doo characters. And it's just a random thing that happens at that moment, and then to move on to something else. It's just so brilliant. It's really good, and he is so. And Simon Pegg is so amazing and dynamic as the main character. I've forgotten his name now. Timothy. Tim?
It is. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
Tim. Yeah. He's Tim. He's a graphic novel artist, an illustrator. But no, it's so brilliant. So yeah, great that you mentioned Simon Pegg, because I think he's one of our best exports. I think, brilliant, and it's so good that he's been in all those Mission Impossible films, and he's like mates with Tom Cruise, having a great life, and I love that. He deserves it. I think he's brilliant. But well done, Simon. If you're watching this,
yes, if you're watching it, feel free to DM us.
So Con says, hi Alan. She could be Lillian Gish's granddaughter. I think she's beautiful. So that's probably Britt Marling. So I don't know if I know who Britt Marling is, so I need to look into it.
And I'm not sure either, if I'm honest.
Yeah. And then Heidi goes, Mark, start with the beginning for Le Guin like we did. Haney's cycle in publication order makes every book rich in world building. It has been a really interesting journey going from the beginning, because the stuff that is just great that everyone loves, you'll love it anyway. But the stuff that's not as great, you'll love it more.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that's the thing.
Which one is the first one of the Hainish cycle?
First one is City Visions number 3. Oh, Rocannon's World.
Okay.
Rocannon's World. Yeah, we did a live stream about the first 3 because it was kind of like a good way of doing it, Was the OA on cable, Dave? I think I saw that. So yeah, was the OA on cable? Wants to know. I'd love to know, actually. I don't know if you guys would be able to tell me this. Any Americans in the audience? It would be nice to know if you've got access to Spaced. So they only ever did 2 series, and there's a few shows, isn't there, over here where the writers have deliberately only done 2 series and not gone any further because they didn't want to spoil it, which is kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, and or even just one series. There's just some really niche, oddball comedy stuff that just wouldn't get made. I'm not even certain they're getting made now, but I mean, they wouldn't certainly get made in the US system. They're just so weird. I mean, like things like Garth Marenghi's Dark Place and stuff like that. It's just
yeah. And
I mean,
there was
pitch meeting for that.
Yeah, there was 3 series of Black Books, wasn't there? And then they decided to stop. How many series of IT Crowd were there?
I think
3
or 4. I'm not sure.
Because that's obviously incredible. So yeah, I mean, it's just interesting, isn't it? But then Simon Pegg ended up doing the Shaun of the Dead and all that. So I suppose he didn't need to do any TV after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike says, if you only read one, read Left Hand of Darkness.
Well, that's on my list, so I will be reading in the foreseeable future.
And the OA is on Netflix. So there you go. So that was for Constance, I think. Or Heidi. Constance. Awesome. Well, we've done our 10. And I would say you like a bit of an epic, don't you?
I do. I think that's fair to say.
But you've picked some great comedy as well. And I'd say a lot of that is fantastic dialogue, isn't there? I think it's a big part of it.
That's a big part of it, yeah. Dialogue is, which, I mean, there's some that nearly made the list that, would come into that, like Tarantino nearly made the list, Kevin Smith nearly made the list. yeah, because I do like my snappy dialogue. There's so many other films that when you're trying to narrow it down to just 10, it's not easy. But I just went for the ones that I can just rewatch endlessly.
I'll tell you what, great dialogue. Film just popped into my head. I'll ask you what you think of it. Gross Point Blank.
That's a great film. I haven't seen that film in years. John Cusack, and where he's gone to his high school reunion as a hitman. It's a great film.
I love that film.
I haven't seen that film in years. I need to rewatch that.
Yeah, and the guy that's his mate is so underrated. I keep saying that word, don't I? But he was in the Ellen TV series for a while as well. I know his name begins with J, but I can't. Jeremy something. Jeremy Piven. Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
So
he is.
Yeah. Right. Let's get back to these. So that's was that the show about tragic roommates? I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thanks, Cons. That's good. So she's seen it. So she's got the one of Gareth's best ongoing books. Oh, nice. Thank you. That's cool. Yeah, I want to do these more often, but as I was saying to Mark, maybe at the beginning or before we went on screen, that just time seems to go really quickly. I think I'll do that one next month, and then 2 months later, 3 months later. Then the last one of these was like 5 months ago, which is crazy.
It's not easy to segregate a chunk of time in your diary when you've got life and a family and a job and stuff.
Yeah, and so with this as well, maybe the trick is not to do this, but with this, I'd pick a person, and then we find out when we can do it, because we kept changing the date, didn't we? And
yeah, we did.
And sometimes that can make it go on for longer. Maybe I should just pick a date and then find someone to do it with. Yeah,
possibly it might be the way to do it. That might be a bit more stressful, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But no. Hold on. There's another one here. Just realised there were great cameos from Peg's co-star from Space and Shaun of the Dead.
Oh,
yeah. Shaun of the Dead's got loads of great people in it. If you haven't seen Shaun of the Dead, neither of us have put it in our tents, but you definitely got to look at it.
Definitely.
Carol Kane. Wish I looked like Carol Kane. Maybe it's not as bad, Gareth, because he doesn't sleep. Yeah, I don't. Well, life's not as bad. What do you mean, Dave? Carol Kane. Yeah. So if you, what are you saying? You do look like her, or that you wish you did? I need this clarified. But I'm dying to know. Scheduling is not as bad because he doesn't sleep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah. I can do most times if I, someone lives in some faraway place like South Africa, I can probably do a live stream with them. Isn't it true, Mike?
Go on to clip gems.
I know. Yeah. It's weird actually because he's less free than I am, so I've tried to get something going with him, but because we wanted him on our Is This Thing On show as well. Me and David talked about it before, but he's not as free. He gets loads going on, so he's not always free to do stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start saying I'm gonna wrap it up, and then someone's gonna make a comment. I'll feel bad not putting it up. That's a bit of a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hold on. See, it's happened. As soon as it. All right. I saw Space not too long ago. Cool. Could have been BritBox or cool. If it's on BritBox, that's good.
Kind of one of
great,
those.
And South Africa's only 1 hour ahead anyway, so that's not even a thing. There was someone. Oh, we're doing something with Scott. Our next guest, me and Dave, is Scott, and he's 8 hours different to me. So that's a bit of a difference. So yeah, but we've sorted it out, so it's all good. But later on today, on my channel is going to appear this massive thing I've spent bloody ages editing, which is 18 recommendations of different short stories from different booktubers.
Oh, excellent!
Yeah. So it took me ages to do it, and it's been a pain in the ass. And I'm so glad it's there now. And I definitely am pleased with it. But oh my god, things get going wrong, and I've spent about a week trying to solve problems with it. People like where the audio would go funny, or I'd have it all right on here, and I'd put it over there to do the final edit, and then it wouldn't, and then it would just say that's not a file, and you go, what are you talking about? It's not a file. What's going on? And then it kept doing it on so many. It's just like So
and trying
that's
to various different formats. I think is a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah. What's coming up on your channel, Mark?
Not an awful lot in the foreseeable future, actually. I think the last one that I just did, which I spent a chunk of time on, is I spent a couple of months on Book Talk to see what that was like. So I did that and put it up. That was my last big sort of project that I've done. So that was a lot of fun, actually, and it was. Well, let's just say my preconceptions were not necessarily true. So
Okay, that's good.
That was so that was a lot of fun. Oh, coming up, other than that, I'm still doing my reviews for my 50 before 50 books. I've got a few to do on that. I'm going to do a check-in on that because I've just had a birthday, so I need to see how I'm doing. So I'm going to do a bit of a check-in on that, and I'm going to do my top 10 of the book of the year so far. I think is one of my next ones, but I haven't got any big ones in the foreseeable future. Any ones that I've spent a lot of time on. More of my I'll turn on the camera and shunter away.
So, some people like doing the mid-year book tag, don't they?
I just did that one. I put that one up on Friday, so that's
cool.
yeah. So I did that one. That's one. I don't do tags very often anymore. Not because the only reason I don't do them very often is because I just find myself. I bore myself with them a little bit. I think with the come up, I just find myself saying the same books over and over again. And I'm like,
it's hard. Yeah.
So I rarely do the tags. Not because I love watching them. I would love seeing other people doing the tags, and it's great fun to get tagged in them. But actually doing them, I struggle with. But I do make the exception for the mid-year one every year.
Here we go. Mark needs to go on. Is this thing on? Would you like to? I'm going to make an executive decision. Dave's here, scowling, going, "What are you doing? We haven't even discussed this." But yeah. Would you like to be on our show?
Subject to Dave's approval, yes, I'd love to.
Once we get Dave's approval, that would be awkward, wouldn't it? It'd be like, I'm really sorry, Mark, but Dave said no.
It's fine. I'm used to being rejected. That's why I stayed married for 20 years.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's out there now, so we'll see what Dave says. I think Dave is probably still here. But there's like a 20-second gap, isn't there? So something else. Oh, no, there's another one. Oh no.
It's fine.
Dave would like this, and Dave's going, do one. Because when I told them that's one of the phrases they've read says do one, they thought it was hilarious. It was him and MJ were on the screen, and they just kept saying "do one." I thought it was hilarious. It is a funny phrase. We got some great phrases. Do one. I hate my new phone's keyboard. Oh, yeah. No, I hate typing on my phone. I absolutely hate typing on my phone. I always make mistakes.
Well, autocorrect is terrible. I like to say to my phone, just to clarify, I never, ever, ever mean duck.
There you go. That is a great way to finish.
Well, there we go.
That's almost a mantra for life. No, thank you so much, Mark. It's been fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks for having me. Really enjoyed this.
And check out his channel. It's brilliant. And give him a lot of love. And we'll see you on the next one. And thank you very much. And I'm going to say it. Stay curious, everybody.